Good morning, everyone. Court is now in session. Officer, you may open court.
Welcome all. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon Holmes presiding. During the Zoom court proceeding, there will be no gum chewing, eating, drinking, smoking, or talking. Also, you're required to be dressed appropriately for court. No do-rags, hats, pajamas, low-cut tops, spaghetti string tops, or underclothes should be visible. If you have any additional electronic devices, please silence them and turn them off now. Thank you all in advance for your compliance, and good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, and thank you so much for opening court. Good morning to the staff that's present in the courtroom. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ms. Fields. Thank you for serving today as our court reporter. We're glad to see you. Miss
morning,
Wilson is going to be
Judge.
out this week. All right, good morning. I'm going to start off by having the attorneys place their appearance on the record.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, and good morning, Mr. Reed. Your motion is granted.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I too, Your Honor, would make a similar motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted as well. Let me have the case managers place your appearance on the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, drug court case manager on behalf of the probation department.
Morning, Mr. Griffin.
Morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for Specialty Court, Drug Treatment Court.
Right, good morning, Ms. Cleveland.
Good morning.
Uh-oh, you're muted, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning.
All right, are there any individuals, case managers, that need to go in a breakout room with one of the attorneys? No one?
I think so, Judge.
All right, then let's get started. I'm ready on Mr. Gilkey. Mr. Gilkey, if you could unmute yourself. For all of the others, I am going to mute you until it is time for your hearing. Please do not continue to dial out and dial back in. I'm muting you because I need to be able to hear, and people have a lot of background noise. So please make sure that you remain muted. So, Mr. Gilkey, I know I saw you. I don't see you. There you are. All right. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm pretty good.
That's good. Are you making all that background noise this morning?
Yeah, I'm in the plant. I'm trying to get somewhere where it's quiet.
All right. We're going to still go ahead and get started. Okay. Is that okay with you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Wonderful. I have the following for Brandon Gilkey: 2005684301. Mr. Gilkey, state your full name for the record.
Brandon Gilkey.
All right, Mr. Gilkey, you're in our Zoom courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing virtually?
Yes.
Wonderful. How are you doing today, Mr. Gilkey?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, what does that mean, you doing all right?
It's Monday, so we short some people at work.
Oh, because folks take off on Mondays?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not used to that, right? Everybody at the court, everybody comes to work on Mondays. All right, Mr. Gilkey. So what have you been doing since the last time I've seen you? You're still fairly new to the program, but Mr. Griffin, is this your case, Mr. Gilkey?
Yes, Your Honor.
All
Yes,
right,
Your
yeah.
Honor.
And I think when we staffed, you indicated that Mr. Gilkey is doing very well. So, Mr. Gilkey, I'd like to hear from you. How are you doing? How do you believe you're doing with the program, with your sobriety, and the mandates of the
Um,
court?
I'm doing pretty good. As far as everything goes, no problems. Doing my Zoom meetings for AA and so on and so forth. testing
Okay,
every week.
all right. Are you going to your outpatient treatments?
Yes,
How's that going?
it's okay.
Tell me what that
It's
means.
okay.
So it's okay.
I mean, I guess I just put it as I guess he I've been put it I guess being labeled something like, okay, you might revert back to this, and I'm like, my mindset is not that. Once I stick to something, I'm I'm forward with it.
Okay. So understand that part of it, Mr. Gilkey, is that they are counseling from a perspective of they've seen people probably, go back to some things and they just want to make sure that you're equipped to continue to go forward. What do you think about that?
I mean, I get it. I understand it. It was just like, I don't like to be told that, oh no, you're going to revert, or you can, when I'm obviously staying on path and doing what I'm supposed to do to make sure that I don't have to end up in front of you for any other incidents like this again.
Understood. So I want you to just keep an open mind and embrace that they are just ensuring that you will never have to come before me again and equipping you with tools that if you should ever think about compromising, that you'll have something to work with. Okay, it's not
Okay.
doubting your abilities. That's what I want to get you to say. Okay,
Okay.
all right, very good. What's been difficult since the last time I've seen you?
Nothing. I've really been doing pretty good. No problems at all.
All right.
I'm just I just had talked to Mr. Griffin. He was telling me I could start making payments, so I just had to figure out how to make my way down there in time
All
enough to
right.
see him.
Very good. You definitely need, and that's for everybody in the courtroom. Um, if you're not making payments, you need to start making payments because you don't
Right.
want payments to hold you up and you're
Right.
required to make payments. And so, start doing it because you just, it never goes away, right? You don't want
Right.
to get down to the end and have some issues, okay?
Okay.
All
And Judge,
right.
they are allowing people, and Judge, they are allowing people to come in to make payments now. So, Mr. Wade, cleared that up with us. They can come in to physically to the court and make a payment.
Wonderful. So we certainly want you to do that, okay, Mr. Gilkey?
Okay.
All right, very good. Anything you need us to help you with?
No, not at this time.
Not at this time. All right, Mr. Griffin, what else would you like me to know about Mr. Gilkey?
He's doing well. Like you said, we did stop this case, Your Honor. And, so he's been testing, he's going to, outpatient treatment. Like I said, I did talk to him about, making payments, and, we're about to start working on those also. So other than that, he's in a good place, Your Honor.
All right, what phase is Mr. Gilkey and Mr. Griffin?
He's in phase one. That's why I told him, that he needs to start making some payments so I can move him on to phase two. So, I just let him know, I told all my clients that they need to start, making some payments and stuff to get ready to move to different phases because the time is moving, so.
Right, and we don't want anybody to be held back, right?
Right.
So absolutely correct. Very good. All right, Mr. Reader, Mr. Fikes, is there anything you'd like to add with respect to Mr. Gilkey?
Just congratulations, Mr. Gilkey. It sounds like a good report. You're working the program. Keep up the good work. Be safe on the job there. Thank you, Mr. Gilkey. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor, if I might quickly add, Mr. Gilkey, you're doing a great job. You've hit the ground running. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Gilkey, if you don't have any questions for the court or for the team, I'm going to have you return to court on November 16th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m.
Okay.
Okay? All right,
Uh-huh.
wonderful. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, you too.
Thank you. All
Judge,
right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Judge, not to interrupt the flow, but there's someone on your docket, I believe a Mr. Robinson, who's scheduled for arraignment this morning. And I looked at the ROA, and I believe he's in the wrong courtroom. He's never been arraigned. It's a 2012 case. It was originally Judge Humphrey's case. I think he should be with the alphabetical judge, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. We can continue with the docket until we get to him, but I
No,
just
I
wanted,
appreciate that, Mr. Reed. And so here's the thing, we need to make sure that that individual was never sent to drug treatment court.
there's no plea, Judge. No
No
plea, never,
plea?
no plea.
All
He,
right, and
he
so
was
where
never,
is Mr. Robinson? Okay, he's not on the thing. I'm not
I'm
gonna
here.
waste any time.
I'm
Sir, I
here.
need to see, I'll have to see your face. I'm sorry. All right,
it's a,
Miss Smith, Tara Smith, if you could unmute. Mr. Robinson, are you there?
Yes.
You have to have your photo up, sir, when we're in court. And you have to take that hoodie off your head.
How do I start? Do I have to partner?
All right. Somebody might want to see if they can get in touch with him. Miss Smith, Miss Drew, can you look to see who's the alpha judge for Robinson?
Yes, ma'am, it's Judge Ford.
Judge Ford. All right. Can
Yes.
you get the Zoom information for Judge Ford so that I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
send it to Mr. Robinson?
Okay. And then, let me see, Judge Ford, okay.
What's her courtroom? I can do the Zoom if you give me her courtroom.
336.
She's in 336. All right. And
Yes.
so, Mr. Robinson, if you're listening, it's going to be 360-336-0000 for Judge Ford's courtroom. I'm going to also place that in the chat. Miss Drew, if you could call
Yes,
Judge
ma'am.
Ford's clerk and let them
Yes, ma'am.
know that
Okay.
Mr. Robinson dialed into my courtroom, but he was given instructions to, and I'm sending it in the chat as well. Please dial into Judge Ford's courtroom,
Okay.
and I'm giving him that court information. It is ID number 36. Make sure I'm saying it right. 360-336-0000. I have sent Mr. Robinson that information in chat. I've also said it in open court, and I'm ready to move on.
thank you, Judge. Thank you. I'm sorry for the interruption, but I
Oh
just
no,
wanted to get,
that's wonderful. I wouldn't want him to miss Judge Ford's docket. Thank you so much.
yes, Judge.
And then Ms. Drew, if you could take him off of my docket and place him
Yes,
on
ma'am.
Judge Ford's
Ye-
docket, that would be great.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
He did post $100 bond in this case,
Yeah,
and
so I
it is
want
a
him to get what he needs.
2012 case, Judge, 2012.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Reed.
I'm
Miss,
through
He's
now,
all
Judge.
set.
I'm
okay,
not gonna say
Mr. Reed. Okay.
I'm,
It's Monday. I see you. All right. I am ready on Tara Smith. Miss Smith, could you state your full name for the record, please?
Sarah Smith.
All right. I have Miss Smith, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your case heard by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. I have the following for Miss Smith, case number 1906074001. How are you, Miss Smith?
I'm good. I'm good.
Very good. And so you're still fairly new to the program, almost a month in. What do you think so far?
I think it's good. I'm just doing my counseling. I'm doing my groups on Thursday nights, working with a sponsor. So I'm in a groove.
Wonderful. Tell me something you've learned in those groups since the
Uh,
last time I've seen you.
yeah, since last time we're talking about relationships and letting go. So a lot of what we talked about on Thursday was letting go of old people, places, things, old drinking buddies, old drug buddies, that kind of stuff.
And what did you think about that information? Did you think it was helpful? Did you think it was accurate? What were your
Yeah,
thoughts?
It's helpful. I mean, for me, I had to change everything, so I'm right in the middle of that right now.
Okay, so you're familiar with some of the things that they were saying, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, very, very good. And so what have you found to be the most challenging thing so far in working the program?
Um, Getting to AA meetings because some of them are in person, some are on Zoom.
I'm sorry, you're fading in and out. You'll have to say it again.
It's getting to the right AA meetings, just finding the AA meetings that you like. You know, some are on Zoom, some are in person, finding the right people you connect with.
Okay. All right, you have to find what works for you, right?
Yeah,
All right, very good. What do you need us to help you with?
I'm good right now. Nothing now.
You
Thank
good
you.
right now? All right, very good, very good. Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Smith, she's doing great right now. She's going to her counselor, as she stated, at Freedom Recovery. I have received information from them and as far as progress reports, so that's going really well. She is screening twice randomly as ordered, and as she stated, she is going to AA. Hopefully she'll find an AA meeting that she likes. They're all a little bit different. Sometimes it's good to go to different ones to get different perspectives. But at this point, she's complying and she's doing well.
All right, very good, Mr. Reed. Mr. Fikens, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Smith. Good report. I did the contracts with you. I told you not to get overwhelmed. You're at level 1. What we're looking for mainly drug testing, counseling, NAA meetings. You're doing all that. Keep up the good work. Be safe down there near the Indiana border.
And Your Honor, if I might add, very good job, Ms. Smith. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very, very good. So, Ms. Smith, you're doing a great job. Is there anything you need from us?
Not right now, no, thank you.
Okay, I hope that you will continue to explore that information about relationships because I believe that the relationships and the ties that we have can influence how well we do with respect to a lifetime of recovery, okay? So I want to encourage you to really consider and spend some time on that particular subject matter, okay? All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, I have Miss Smith coming back on November 16th, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
And I did mean 9:30.
Okay.
All right, very good. Take care, Miss Smith. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
All right. I am ready on Neil Smith. Mr. Smith, if you could unmute your phone for
Yes,
me.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How
Good
you doing?
morning, Mr. Smith. I am
Good
well.
morning,
How
Judge.
are you?
I'm pretty good. About yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. Give me 1 second. No, that's
Yes, ma'am.
okay. You don't have to. All right. And so, Mr. Smith, state your full name for the record.
Neil Chris Smith the fifth.
All right. And Mr. Smith, you are in the virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your case heard by way of Zoom on today?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. All right, I have the following matter for Neil Smith, Z8066171. Give me 1 second, Mr. Smith. I see that there is an attorney that has joined us, Marcel, and I don't want to butcher your last name. Are you here on a particular case? I want to make sure I don't have you just waiting around.
Judge, we were here, we were arraigned by you a couple of weeks ago. It's People v. Hugh, Heather Hugh. And you set the case for bench trial. It went to Judge McClinton. She says it's not her case, and they transferred the file back to you.
What do you mean it's not her case?
The clerk said that it should be assigned to you.
Okay, what was the charge?
It was not having a license as in a cabaret.
As an individual?
Yes.
Okay, and so council, I need to get some clarification on that, because it was my understanding, it wasn't as an owner or anything, it was as an individual.
It was an individual who didn't have their card on them personally.
Okay, I need to get clarification, but what I'm not going to do is send your clients everywhere. But what I do know is that the officers have not been notified to appear in my courtroom on today. Your client has to take her hat off in my courtroom. And so I know the officers have not been notified to appear in my courtroom on today. And so the appropriate notice would need to go out. And so I know we're not going to have a bench trial today.
Sure.
Okay. And so what I'd like to do, council, is to reschedule it for a different day so that the officers can have adequate notice for the bench trial.
Okay.
Okay. And so, Ms. Drew, that notice is usually 2 weeks,
Okay,
isn't it? And so today is the
yes.
2nd.
Yeah.
And so I would need to do it on Friday, November 20th. I would have to schedule
Okay,
it
Friday,
for
November
Friday.
20th. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Does that work for you, council?
Judge, it does. I have an appointment in the morning at 10 a.m. Could we do it later in the morning or in the afternoon?
No, we can't do it in the afternoon on Fridays because I have meetings and trainings.
Okay.
So it would have to be in the morning. But we could, I mean, we could technically try to do it we could do it on the 19th. That would still keep us. It's just that my docket is heavy for drug treatment court. And so, but I'll work it in.
Judge, I'll move I have a medical appointment. I'll just move it on
No, I
Friday.
don't want you to move a medical
Oh.
appointment because I don't move mine. I
Okay.
take really good care of me. I happen to really love me. So, and I need everybody to love themselves as much as I love me. So let's move the case to the 19th.
My problem is in the 19th, I'm in different counties all day. 2 different counties.
All right. What about the
I
Monday, the
apologize.
23rd?
Same thing, Judge. I apologize. It's just everything is being booked for right before Thanksgiving.
Right. And I still have to do the 2 weeks. So the only other thing that would be available will be Wednesday the 18th.
That's fine.
Does the 18th work? All right, Ms. Drew. Schedule this for a bench trial. Please make sure the notices go out to everybody who they need to go out to. That bench trial will take place on Wednesday, November 18th, and it will not be able to take place until 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
Judge, will that be in person? Will that be in person or is that via Zoom?
It is by way of Zoom. I'm virtual, so I may be in the courtroom, but no, you all will be by way of Zoom.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see you then.
All right. Thank you so much for your patience. I'll see
You're welcome.
you
Have
on
a great day.
the 18th. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Smith, let's try this again. It is your turn. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm all right. I'm all
You're
right
all
this
right.
morning,
What does
Judge.
that mean? You're all right.
I'm alive, I'm sober. So that's always a blessing.
All right.
Yes,
Okay, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
That's really it. I'm alive and sober.
All right. How difficult has it been for you to be sober or to maintain sobriety?
Not really. Not really difficult at all. I'm mostly at home, and if I'm not at home, then I'm out handling some business. So it's been pretty good, consistent.
So we know that when you have things to do that are constructive things to do, you are capable of maintaining. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
All right. What about when you don't have constructive things to do?
I usually do. I got a house full of dogs, so I usually do.
You see my face, Mr. Smith? You saw my
Yes,
face?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have it your way. It is Burger King at your house. All right. Very
Yes.
good. Very good. All right. You've been going to your meetings?
Yes, ma'am. My Alcoholics Anonymous, yes, ma'am.
All right. And is that virtual?
Yes, ma'am. It's virtual. It's through Zoom.
Yep. All right. Have you been keeping a log of what you've learned? You should
yes, ma'am.
be.
Yes, ma'am. What I've learned, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tell me what you learned or what did you take away the last time that you were there?
Last time I was there, we was talking about admitting our wrongs and admitting that we have a problem, and just staying up forth and upcoming with it, being honest, and that was about it.
All right. What'd you think about that information, Mr. Smith?
Um, I I listen to it. I follow it also, but I just think it's part of the 12 steps.
Yeah. All right. I want you to continue to listen to it and be honest with yourself about any struggles that you may have adhering to it.
Okay.
Because the reality is, if it was that easy, this program wouldn't even exist, right? And
True.
you know, you're not the only one. We,
Yeah.
we,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
we do this 4 days a week, sometimes 5 days a week, right? And
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes even on the weekends. So there are a lot of people that need some assistance from the court. And so I just want you to spend some time thinking about those things that you're learning
Yes,
in
ma'am.
your 12-step meetings that you're learning. Are you going to your outpatient treatment?
My out they can't get me in until the 11th, but it is scheduled at the Guidance Center on in Southgate.
Okay, at the guidance center in Southgate.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, on Allen Road.
All right, and they can't get you in till November 11th.
Yes, ma'am. That's the
All
earliest.
right. I definitely need you to be all in because that's kind of late for when you join the program. But I understand you can't control what other entities are doing or not doing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I get it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Very good. What do you need us to help you with, Mr. Smith?
Um, Nothing really. I think I'm pretty good right now.
All right. Nothing you're struggling with?
Uh, no, ma'am. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Very good. You know that we're here. This is for the courtroom. We're here if you need us. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Very good. All right, Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell me about Neil Smith?
Yeah, now Mr. Smith, he's doing pretty good. I try to talk to him on the phone about twice a week
Okay.
until we can get him full steam in the outpatient. We had um, a little bit of a hard time getting him in the right program due to insurance and different things, but I do have the proof of his enrollment. Other than that, he is doing the meetings like he stated,
Okay.
and he is alcohol free, and the marijuana is leaving his system.
All
So,
right. And it's
um,
leaving as it should, right, Mr. Yancey?
yeah, it's getting every time I check it, it's lower. So that's what we want.
That
So
means it's leaving. So if there's an influx, Mr. Smith, that indicates new use. Okay.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. You good? All right. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm
Yancey.
fine.
so other than that, I'm just trying to keep up with Mr. Smith, make sure he's embracing the program, and he's always pleasant and cooperative. So I appreciate that.
Yes.
So we're full steam ahead right now.
All right. Very good. Mr. Smith, what do you need from us?
Um, Nothing really. Nothing really.
Nothing?
I'm pretty good. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna start making my payments. I know I owe the court 770. I'm gonna start making my payments after I finish my community service. I'm gonna try to put in an extra 32 hours so we can probably take that down a little bit.
All right. Well, and then if you have income coming in though, you should be paying.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh. You see my face, right?
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir. If you have income, you should be paying. All
Gotcha.
right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Miss Yancey, you all work that out because there's a hearing that I'm going to do for people that indicate they cannot pay and they need to do community service. Community service is for the indigent, people that either they have income, but they have some difficulties, but there's a hearing that goes along with it. Okay.
All righty.
We'll
And we
keep
get
that in
all
mind.
in your
His
business.
because his income is sporadic with
So
his
he
dog
may qualify.
issues.
I understand.
Okay.
Okay, but he just told me he has a house full. So that means that means I can count them. The people pay a lot of money for dogs. Anybody looking for a COVID pet? Mr. Smith passed on, and he needs to pay his fines and costs. So chat him. I leave y'all with the ability to chat him. What kind of dogs you breed, Mr. Smith?
Purebred American bullies.
Did y'all hear that? How much you selling for?
Anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500.
Pay them fines and costs. That's right. I'm in your business. I promise you I will be. I will be in your business. All right. So if you just got an extra $1,000 sitting around, go ahead and inbox Mr. Smith so he can pay his fines and costs. Make sure your fines and costs are paid. Mr. Smith, tell on everybody who order a dog, I need you to, especially if they fines and costs not paid. Tell on them, be a snitch. I'm bona fide. Let's do it. Mr. Smith's like, no, Judge. All right, very good. Mr. Reed, I'm sorry, Mr. Yancey, was that it on Mr. Smith?
Yeah, that's enough, Your Honor.
That's enough. Mr. Reed, Mr. Yancey.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Congratulations, Mr. Smith. Good report. You're working the program. Keep up the good work. And I'm not interested in buying a dog, Mr. Smith. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
And if I might add, Your Honor, Mr. Smith, you are doing a great job. Keep up the great work. We're proud of you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens.
All right. If there's nothing else for the court, Mr. Smith, I have you returning on November 16th, 2020, and that's going to be at 9:00 a.m. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Wonderful. Continue to do well. We are here. If you need us, don't hesitate to pick up the phone, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Dial in, and Mr. Yancey, of course, is accessible.
Oh, I do have one question, Judge.
Yes, sir.
My sister is having a baby shower on the 14th of November. It's in Grand Rapids. I was wondering, can I go to that?
You can go. It's in Michigan.
Okay.
Definitely. You don't need the court's permission. Just know that if your color drops, you need to make sure you test, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to make sure at the baby shower, if they putting weed on tacos, salad, cupcakes, whatever, you don't eat it, sir, because
yes, ma'am.
your number's gonna go up, and then you're gonna have to come back and see my face.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good, but you're good. It's only out-of-state travel that you have to get permission from the court to do. Okay.
All right, yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Anything else?
No, ma'am. I think I'm good.
All right. We'll see you on the 16th.
Yes, ma'am. See you at the 16th at 9:00.
9:00. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
You also.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Corbin, you can unmute your phone for me or your device. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
State your full name for me.
Anthony Corbin.
All right, Mr. Corbin, you are in our Zoom courtroom. You agree to have your case heard by way of our virtual courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I have the following matter for Anthony Corbin. I have case number Z80609191. Mr. Corbin, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I am doing very well. I'm doing very well. The last time I saw you, you shared that you had a couple of things going on. How are you feeling overall?
Much better now. Much better.
Very good. You've been doing everything you're supposed to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Health-wise, especially?
Yes, trying my best on the diet part, but as far as the eating right.
Okay. Try really, really hard. That diet can control everything, right?
Yes, it can.
When you start looking into how many things can go wrong based on our diets, and even if you want to just not eat meat, I'm okay with that, Mr. Corbin. That's he is looking like, what, Judge? It's okay. I promise you, you will see some huge improvements. There are other things you can eat. But Mr. Fikens, I see you. This is not a legal question. I don't need you to advise. Like, no. No, but I'm glad to hear that you're trying really, really hard. And this time of the year can be difficult. So do some planning, some advanced planning for this time of the year. We're getting ready to go into all of these back-to-back holidays, right?
Right.
So do some planning. It works. I'm telling you, do some planning. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. How are you doing with maintaining your sobriety?
I'm doing pretty good. Fine. No problems. No slip ups. Doing pretty good.
All right, what are you finding to be the most challenging part of this journey?
Um, well, maybe in the beginning, but I'm on the flow, on a roll, and everything has been fine. Everything has been smooth. No bumps, no bruises.
All right, very good, very good. Is there anything that you need us to help you with, or anything you're struggling with that maybe we can get you on, get you on track and keep you from having the struggle?
No, not at this time. Mr. Griffin has been very helpful and guide me and point me in the right direction. So I'm pretty good, pretty set.
Wonderful, wonderful, and thank you for that, Mr. Griffin. I do have a question. How are things going at Black Family Development?
It's going fine. It's going fine.
Okay.
Miss Sherry has been very helpful. Um, she has a point of making everybody participate in a group. So this it's been pretty good. I'm not a group speaking person, and I've opened up a lot more. So
All right,
it's been fine.
very good. I'm glad to hear that you've opened up because that's going to be critical to your success. Okay.
Yes.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, anything I need to know about Mr. Corbin? I believe we staffed him and it was reported that he's doing very well. So anything else?
Oh, Your Honor, he just indicated to me that he did watch the sobriety video, and we are working on goals.
All right, very good. And Mr. Corbin is in what phase, Mr. Griffin?
Phase 1, Your Honor, and I also gave him that he need to start making payments. So I told him he need to come down here and start making payments for everybody that's in phase 1. On alert that the court is open, that you can come in and physically make payments. So I told all my clients if they want to move forward, we need to start sending some payments to me. So he's aware of that.
All right, very good. And so for Mr. Corbin, and this is for the courtroom. As you all know, we are still in a pandemic, and the court assesses how we're going to operate on a day-by-day, week-by-week basis. And so now people are allowed to come into the courthouse to pay. If you are sick, stay home, mail in the payment, let your case manager know. Do know that you will be properly screened before you come into the building. So if you've been around someone suspected of having the virus, stay home. We're never going to get this together if everybody, keeps just doing business as usual. So that is very important. If you're unsure, stay home, mail in your payment. We have a way of making sure it's COVID free. We want your payment. And so, but if you can come in, by all means, come in and make your payment. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
Can I have the address for the to mail it in or
I'll talk to you. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
After we finish, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything
Yes,
else?
yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. Corbin, good report. You're working the program. Keep up the good work and stay safe. Thank you, Mr. Corbin.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, and I mean no disrespect, but Mr. Corbin, if you need help, if you want support for meat eating, that's okay. I'm here for you.
All right.
Seriously, good job, Mr. Corbin. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor,
Very
I'd
good.
like to move him to the 17th, to get the people back on their Tuesday, Thursday, so they'll come to their money.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I know we have a big docket today, so some of these people are normally Tuesday, so I like to put Mr. Corbin back on the 17th, put him back on the Tuesday.
Wonderful. And so thank you, Mr. Griffin, for bringing that up. We have a big docket today because tomorrow is election day. Election day. Take yourself to the polls and vote. Go to wherever you need to go and vote. All right. And you need to bring your little sticker so you can show me you voted. That might count for something. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to count for, but it's going to count.
I already sent mine in. I voted for you.
I don't want you to vote. Look, well, let me be politically correct. And who you should vote for? I need everybody voting. Okay? I need
Okay.
everybody to vote. We can't do anything different if we stay at home and we don't vote. So that's my whole push is to vote. All right. So if your case was normally on a Tuesday, thank you, Mr. Griffin. I'm gonna schedule that would be on the 17th, you said, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I'll start that off at 9 o'clock a.m. Okay?
Yes.
You know what? I'm sorry. I probably have a number of things on that day. Let me do him at 9:30. How about that? Does that
Okay.
work, Mr. Corbin?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you'll be on the 17th at 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
All right, thank you,
All right.
sir.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Okay, let's do Marquita Walker. Miss Walker, if you could unmute your phone. Before we do that, Miss Drew, where's Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Robinson? Now, every time I call Mr. Robinson, I gotta wait for him to get his sound together and all of that.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Judge.
There you are. All right, Mr. Robinson.
I'm
Miss
sorry,
Drew,
Judge.
that's okay. Miss Drew, you sent me a message. Judge Ford said that's not her case.
No, that is.
No, I had a.
They gave him a court date. He already zoomed in with them, and they gave him his next court date.
So why is he back in my courtroom?
I don't know, Judge.
Mr. Robinson, what do you want?
I have a court. They scheduled me a court date to see you and Judge Ford today at the same time at 8:30.
It's just Judge Ford.
It's just Judge
only
Ford.
Judge Ford.
Miss
The
Drew,
paper
just
that
make sure
they
he
gave
has
me
no,
said, hey,
hold on, Mr.
I will.
Robinson. Miss Drew, make sure he
Okay.
has no other outstanding matters. Mr. Robinson, what did you
Okay.
want to say?
I just wanted to basically I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss the court date. Like
No, you
forfeited.
show.
That's why I came back in the courtroom.
Excuse
Okay,
me,
so,
Judge, he has two, I'm sorry, excuse me, he has two matters and they're both are scheduled for Judge Ford.
and what's that date, Miss Drew?
Where you go there? The date is, don't look like you put them in there,
November
dear.
What was it, Mr. Robinson?
January 15th.
November 2nd.
No, January 15th, Judge, is his new court date.
All right, she gave you a new
Oh,
court
that's the
date.
new court date that I just received.
Then you're
Yes,
in great shape.
that's the new court date that I just received.
All right, you're in great
Okay, thank
shape. You
you.
have nothing outstanding with me. Make sure you see Judge Ford on that new date, okay?
Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you,
for taking care
Judge.
of business, Mr. Robinson.
Bye
All
bye.
right. Miss Walker, you've unmuted yourself. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm all right.
You just all right?
Yeah,
You don't look like my usual Marquita Walker.
I know. I'm just going through a little depression right now, and my family, my household is down right now because I have two people in my household with the flu.
Oh.
So, yeah, and they're we're separated in the house and everything, but other than that, I'm trying to keep my sobriety up. I'm still clean and sober. I'm just going through some financial problems right now and going through some with my landlord because every time I move into one of his houses, I pay my rent and then it leaves me broke. Then he turns around and wants to put the house up for sale. So right now I'm in a situation where Team Wellness is trying to find me, trying to get me an apartment, trying to get me somewhere so I can be stable. Because this landlord, I don't know what his problem is. He just, he wants to keep bouncing you from around from house to house and want to keep selling the houses. And it's just a lot of stress on me right now. And
All
I'm
right.
just trying to keep my, and also, Your Honor,
Hold on one second, Miss Walker. I need to make sure I get your permission to be in our Zoom courtroom today. Do I have your permission?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I need to place your case number on the record. Give me 1 second. I have the following matter for Marquita Walker, Z802 232. All right, Miss Walker,
Yes.
you were going to
And,
say something else.
oh, and then, well, me and my husband, we had talked to me and my family. So next year, next year is 2021, we're leaving Detroit. So in the first week of May, I'm moving to Florida with my, me and my family, we're moving with my sister the
Of
first week of
next
May.
year.
Yes, in 2021, when I get off, when my probation is over, I get off probation in April. My contract for drug court is up in April, and then and then in March, I don't think I have to test anymore in March for the dropping, to
Oh,
go
I
on
don't know
drop.
who gave you that information, because if
I
drug
thought,
treatment court doesn't end until it's the projected end, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, is April, you'll test up until you leave drug treatment court.
okay, so I test up until April. So,
Well,
but
so I want to make sure I'm clear. Right now, that is the projected end date of your contract or my order, your
uh-huh.
probation order. But there are things you have to do. You have to make sure you have completely satisfied all the terms and conditions of probation,
Well,
including having paid your outstanding fines and costs and all of those things. Okay.
well, I'm still with my counselor. I'm doing my meetings. I'm doing my one-on-ones with her, Miss Gail. Also, I'm doing my community service with her. She's coming to pick me up. She picks me up at my house because I go.
Uh-oh, we're losing you, Miss Walker.
I'm, hello?
Yes.
Yes. My counselor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my counselor, Miss Gill, she comes and picks me up. I do my community service at her home with her. I help her with her file. So I was doing 40 hours, then I started doing 55 hours. Now I think she's changed, she switched it up to Miss Cleveland told me to ask her to give me 72 hours of community service now, so I'm doing that.
Okay. All right.
And
And so those are things that you and Miss Cleveland can talk about in your one on, when she speaks with you, and then she'll
yes,
report
ma'am.
those things out during staffing.
Yes,
Today,
ma'am.
what I'd like to know about is, well, you've told me a little bit, you've got some things going on. Are you, in response to what you shared about depression, are you talking with them at Team Wellness?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Yes. I
All right.
talk to I talk to them all the time. When I feel like this, Your Honor, I pick up my phone and I start dialing, and if they tell me to stay on hold, I don't move. I'm on hold until somebody gets to that phone. So
Wonderful. I want to
I'm
applaud you
really,
for doing that. I want to applaud you for doing that, because that's very important. That if you're going through something, if you realize something is a little off or not, your usual normal behavior, then you pick up the phone, you go in, you utilize the resources that have been made available to you. Okay.
yes,
All right.
yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right.
I call them.
I also, Ms. Walker, want to applaud you about taking the initiative to resolve the issue with your landlord. And so do something different. If you keep on getting the same results, by all means, try something different, and you are. And so I hope that Team
Thank
Wellness will be able to help you with some placement until you are able to relocate. So I applaud you for taking that initiative to do something different. Sometimes that can be a little scary, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So
And
very
Your
good.
Honor, I'll be going on 11 months clean this month too.
All right, come on, let's celebrate Miss Walker. 11 months
Thank you.
clean. Yes,
Yes,
Miss Walker.
yes,
Very,
thank you.
very proud of you. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And so Miss Cleveland did have an opportunity to staff your case. And so Miss Cleveland, Miss Walker is doing everything she's supposed to do.
Yes, Your Honor, she's compliant. I did get my progress report from Miss Gail at NCADD, where she
Okay.
receives her therapies. She's got a good progress report. She is confirming those community service hours
Okay.
for us, and I know that I've spoken with Ms. Walker. She will be registered for arms. I have sent a referral over to Mr. Hank over there. So that's one of the components of phase 2 that she has to get completed. So that's the other thing. She did complete her alcohol safety as well as her video. She did those, but now she just has to do the arms, and then she's on a good track. She's complying with all her testing as well. Compliant.
All right.
So she's just on a good track to be into phase 2, hopefully very soon.
All right. When did Miss Walker come to us, Miss Cleveland?
In February 20th, February 20th, 2020.
Okay, very good. And how long is her contract? Is it 14 months?
I think it's 14 or 15. I'm sorry, it didn't pop up on this sheet that I have here, my staffing
We'll figure it out later.
Yes.
That's okay. All right, very good.
She's on
All
track
right.
for April. April is the tentative graduation time that I explained to her.
There you go. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Miss Cleveland.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Keep up the good work, Ms. Walker. You got a good report today. It sounds like sounds as if you have a lot on your plate. The housing, people not feeling well in the house, but you're still working the program, and that's a good thing. Drug court doesn't last forever. It will be over. Try not to count the days, just work the days. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Walker, just bear in mind too, as long as the landlord is taking your rent, he has to renew then the 30-day notices. So he can't rely on some old notice if he's taking rent, okay? So just keep that in mind. I hope that's helpful. Might not be, but I just wanted to let you know that, okay, Ms. Walker?
Okay, thank you.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you, I will. Thank you, thank
All
you.
right.
I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much. I really do.
All right, Miss Walker. I appreciate the fact that you're staying on track in spite of everything that's going on around you. I want to encourage you to continue to do that. Problems don't get better when we add substances to them. When we deal with them with our raw emotions and sober, then we are able to really deal with them and hopefully put some of them to rest forever, right? Or at least come up with some good resolutions, right? So I applaud you for staying on track. Continue to do so. How's your son doing?
He's upstairs. He's laying down. He has the flu.
Oh, he's one of the people with the flu in the house.
Yeah, he got the flu. And so we got him, like, we separated in the house.
I get it.
He's upstairs. Yeah.
I get it.
We try to, yeah.
All right. Stay safe, Miss Walker.
He's doing pretty good. He's still, the doctor said he's still in the stage 1 after he got spiced with the drug, but he's in stage 1. She said, well, that's kind of good because he hasn't moved up any, more stages. He's still in stage 1, but he's coming back to himself. He's coming back to himself. He's doing pretty good. Yeah, wonderful. I keep a good close eye out on him too, because it's out, the stuff is out there, and it got a hold to my son and messed him up. And so I gotta be strong for me, and I also gotta be strong for my family. Because we all we got.
But being strong for you does mean taking care of the things you must take care of, especially as it relates to your sobriety and your recovery, okay? All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Cleveland, is Miss Walker someone who should be on a Tuesday?
She actually is on Monday, and she's a face-to-face the next time. So.
All right, very good. So we will go with November 16th, 2020.
Phase 2. She's a phase 2, so she will be the 23rd. I'm so sorry.
She'll be the 23rd. Very good. So we'll go November 23rd, 2020. I'll schedule it for 9 o'clock. You all can determine the logistics, and it will be a face-to-face. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good to see you, Miss Walker. Take care and be safe. Take good care of yourself.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I just have a quick question. Bye, Miss Walker. I just have a quick question. Mr. I think he's in here. Mr. Collins has joined us in the Zoom courtroom, and he probably does need to speak with an attorney.
Mr. Collins.
Michael Collins.
All right. Do we know what he needs to speak with?
Yes, he had one missed screen, but we had talked about it in staffing, and I think he's having some huge concerns. So as far as personal things, so I thought maybe he could speak with an attorney to help.
All right. Who wants to go in the breakout room with Mr. Collins? Good morning, Mr. Collins.
I volunteer Mr. Fikens, Judge.
I know you did. And that, Mr. Fikens, do you accept?
I do, Judge.
All right, Mr. Collins and Mr. Fikens, you will get an invitation to go into breakout room number 1, and I'm opening that room now. Thank you. Please
Thank you,
accept
Your
the
Honor.
invitation. Thank you, Ms. Cleveland. All right, I am moving right along. I have Mr. Caston. If you could unmute for me, please.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Mr. Caston.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Caston, do you know how to change your name on for your Zoom when you enter Zoom?
No,
I'm gonna change it for you. How about that?
thank you.
I'm gonna charge you though before you think. I'm just kidding. All right, Mr. Caston, do you agree to have your hearing in our virtual courtroom on today?
Yes,
Please state your full name.
Alan Caston.
All right, and Mr. Caston has the following. Now, y'all know Mr. Caston has a lot of tickets. He just got here with us, but Mr. Reed, I think we worked out a lot of them, and then the remainder, they were added to his drug treatment court contract. Is that correct? Is that
That's
how
my
that?
recollection.
Okay.
Yes, yes, Judge.
All right. I'm going to call them. Mr. Caston, you agree to be in our virtual courtroom, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm getting ready to call your tickets. I have the following: Z8066941, case number SP 1056848, counts 1 and 2. I also, and count 3. I need you to mute your phone, please. And if I mute you, just stay muted, please. I also have SP 1057279, counts 1, 2, and 3. Case number SP 1421881, counts 1 and 2, and 3. And then finally, oh, no, that's it for Mr. Caston. That's it for Mr. Caston. All right, let's do it. Mr. Caston, how are you doing?
I'm well. I'm doing great.
All right, tell me what that means to you that you're doing great.
I'm alive. I'm sober. Um, Study working, taking care of the family.
All right,
Just all good
very
vibes.
good.
All good vibes.
All good vibes. Have you been going to your meetings?
Yes.
Tell me something you've learned in those meetings since the last time I've seen you.
They real big on about urges and cravings and learning how to not have negative thoughts, things like that, just to how to stay away from it.
All right, what do you think about the information you've received so far, or the information that you're constantly getting?
It's worked for me. It's working.
Okay, keeping an open mind, open
Yeah.
heart, so you can receive it, process it, use it.
Yes. Participating, yes.
All right, very good. How's your outpatient treatment going with Detroit Recovery Project?
It's good.
Okay.
Everything good. I think I might have a new coach, but other than that, everything is good.
All right, very good. And so, Miss Cleveland, we're making sure, we have to make sure he was with Miss Hawthorne and then transferred to Hawkins. Oh,
Yes,
I have the
ma'am.
wrong one. Okay, but he was then transferred to Mr. Arnold, is that correct?
Yes, what's happened is Miss Hawkins received a promotion or went to another place. She's still within the organization, but she switched. So she's transferring most of her people over to Mr. Arnold. And so he's having a little, I'm just going to say a little backlog with getting connected to every single person who was transferred off of her caseload. But Miss Hawkins did send me a progress report for Mr. Caston, which he said that he had he said was coming. So I did receive it since we've been in court. And she's saying that he's compliant with his attendance twice weekly for his substance abuse therapies. He's compliant with all of his testing. He's doing well. He's still working. I think he's at work right now. And so far, he's doing pretty good. So yes, have a good
All
report for
right.
him.
Very good report. So, Mr. Caston, what do you need us to help you with, or what are you finding to be your biggest challenge?
I really don't have any challenges right now.
Okay, no challenges, nothing you need us to help you with?
Not at the moment.
All right. Now, did you go and get your license?
No,
No. Did you try?
no. I don't know if you said it was okay for me to try it.
Mr. Reed, I believe because we worked out his other 50 tickets and I indicated to Ms. Drew to put in the system that he could pay his reinstatement fees on these 7, I believe, tickets that are on my docket, 7 or 8, I believe it's 8, that he should be able to go and apply for his license.
I think so, Judge, but off the top of my head, I don't recall. I'm looking at his, it looks like he had a high BAC on the docket
So
this
he may need
morning.
the restricted license.
He may, or he has so many tickets, Judge. I know he has to pay reinstatement fees, but let me just ask this. Do you have more than one drinking and driving case, sir, or just one?
2.
You got 2, so he needs us then.
You need a restricted license. All right. So Miss Cleveland, since we know that, let's, start working with him. I know it'll take some time, but at least plant the seed with him of what the expectations are before we can even refer him for a restricted license. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I will.
All right. Very good. Anything else, Mr. Caston? No questions? Any questions rather for the court or for the team?
No, I do pretty good with talking to Miss Cleveland when I got something.
All right. Very good. Mr. Reed?
Mr. Caston, I believe you're kind of new to the program, but you got a good report today. Keep up the good work. Stay safe. And thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Caston.
All
Okay.
right. Very good. Miss Cleveland, should Mr. Caston be coming in on a Tuesday?
Yes, Your Honor. Tuesday, 11/17/2020 via Zoom.
All right. 11 to November 17,
Yes,
2020.
sorry. November
Okay.
17th.
And I'm going to put him at 9:30. I'll do
Yes, ma'am.
9:30 for you. Okay, Mr. Caston?
Yes.
Let's do 9:30. All right, sir. Good to see you.
Okay. See you.
All right. Take care.
All right.
All right. I have up next Mr. Williams. If you could unmute your phone for me.
Good morning, Ms. Holmes.
Good morning. Good morning. Uh-oh, Mr. Morgan, you need to see me?
Yes, Judge, I just need to identify someone in the courtroom with the iPhone, gray sweatshirt.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, you, sir. Unmute yourself.
Patrick McGraw.
Mr. McGraw?
That's my client.
All right. If you have the capability, I'm going to change it. But just in the future, when they come on, if they have the capability, it helps everybody in the courtroom because the screen is so far away. And sometimes we have senior moments. We can't make out who's who. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Morgan,
Thank
you
you,
were going
Judge.
to
We
say
just
something
want
else?
Yeah, we just gonna ask Mr. McGraw, can you sit up while you're in the courtroom, sir? Sit up straight for us. We are in court, we are on record, and we just want to present ourselves to the judge as, as formally as possible. So we appreciate you joining us. Maybe this is your first status review hearing, but we're gonna make sure that we sit up and, be attentive when we're on record, okay? And thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Morgan. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. All right, let's do it, Mr. Williams. Unmute yourself.
Morning.
Good morning. State your full name for the record.
Williams.
You're a little cloudy. Say your name again.
DeJuan Williams.
All right, that's much better. All right, Mr. Williams, you're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing today by way of Zoom?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. I have the following matter for DeJuan Williams. I have case number 20055948801. Mr. Williams, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
You that you're doing great.
Huh?
I said, tell me what that means to you, that you're doing great.
Oh, I'm sober each and every day, one step at a time.
Okay, you're sober.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
how is that? How are you maintaining that sobriety?
Uh, just taking it one day at a time, and helping out with my mom's, just making amends with things that I have done in my past, and trying to move forward. That's all. Like I'm working step 8 right now.
All right. And what's step 8? Is that the personal inventory?
No, made a list of all persons we had harmed and become willing to make amends to them all.
Yeah. All right. Very good. What do you think about that step? Hard, easy?
It was hard in the beginning. In the beginning, it was very hard for me in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I didn't in the beginning. I didn't know if I was wrong or was they wrong. So, but I made amends to some of them, and I'm moving forward with my life.
All right. Very good. Do you see a difference in yourself now, Mr. Williams?
I asked my mother that, and she said she sees a very big difference in me,
Can
and
you
I'm
tell
proud.
me? You should be. Can you, is there anything you can share that your mom says is different about you?
My attitude
You
had
know,
changed.
mothers say some things, right?
She's right here with me all the time, and so we're cooking.
Wonderful. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, how are you?
I am well. Thank you for your support outside of the courtroom. I appreciate you.
The change I seen with my son, for number one, as him being a man, he became a father, more so to his daughter. I told him this. It's not all about what you can buy that child. It's about that time. What can you do? Daddy, can you come here with me? Daddy, drop me off at school. I'm talking about stuff like that. We can give, but that time more important to me than anything.
Yes, it
So when
is.
I tell him something that he did wrong, he don't huff up. He don't get an attitude. He listen to me now.
Yes.
My thing for him.
Very good. Well, I'm glad that Mr. Williams is doing well, and it's only going to get better. This program is certainly a program that works, but you have to work the program. And so
Myself.
there you go. And you have to do it for yourself, not because you're in court, but for yourself,
That's right.
because there are people attached to you. I think you said your daughters were 12 and 17. There are people
Yes.
attached to you who obviously care about you, love you, looking up to you, counting on you to be their first love. That's what I tell people all the time. For girls, their first love is their father. And if you don't represent, then you can't really think that they're going to bring home some quality men or be attracted to, because their first love is their dad.
I'm
That
on
that's
top of.
their first love.
I'm on top of it. I promise you, I am.
And you teach them how a man is supposed to treat you. You
That's
teach
Exactly.
them,
That's
whether
why I.
you mean to
Well,
or not. You teaching them.
yeah.
Yeah. And so set some good examples. I'm glad to hear some things are different. What's been tough for you in this process? I can't imagine it's been easy.
It wasn't easy for me at all. I ain't had the willingness to do none of this. But when COVID hit and I wasn't sentenced, I did all these steps. I went to AA and NA on my own. I didn't do it because the court judge or anybody had sentenced me to do it. I wanted the willingness. I found my willingness in this program, and I surrendered myself and turned my life over to God a little bit more. And I made amends with some people that I think I should have made amends with, and I went on from there. One thing
Yeah.
I do around this time right now is nobody is disturbing my peace. My mother, my daughter, nobody, because I'm practicing on my sobriety, and that's the end of my story right there. And I look day to day to find out different things, especially with the program. Like I go to Pam's place, and I think I'm the person head of my class. And when I go, I'm 5 meetings in. If I go today, I'll be 5 meetings in, and I'm doing a
There you
dang good job.
go. There you go. Very good. Are you enjoying or finding it beneficial, the therapy that you're receiving at Pam's place?
Very beneficial, and I'm enjoying it. Sometimes the counsel tell me, man, I don't even be wanting you to leave. We go over my time with talking because we have great conversation. I got a good connection with Ager. And then plus I had a new counselor I didn't feel him at first until I was judging the book by cover, and I was having good vibes with Ager, but this new man came in. I had one talk with him. When I had that one talk, all that judging the book by cover went out the window. So the next, he's like, come back tomorrow. I want to talk to you again. So I came back the very next day, and I'm hitting it off pretty good. I don't have no issues at all.
Wonderful. I'm really glad to hear you're doing well, Mr. Williams. What do you need us to help you with? What, if anything?
My license.
Your license? Okay. So you haven't been with us quite a month. What's going on with your license?
Well, I know I think I got a reinstatement fee to pay or whatever. Even if I can get a restricted license so I can stop inconveniencing my mom. If they call me to go back to work, I want to go back to work. I'm not refusing it. But the thing is, my mother's a nurse at Providence Hospital. She got to go to work at 5 in the morning. Then
Yeah.
my lady works somewhere else. Then my sister works somewhere else, you know.
Okay.
But I just
So
don't want to
here's the
be in
thing.
there.
I hear you, but here's the thing. We need to find out what's going on with your license. Is it suspended? Is it revoked? Is it what's going on?
Suspended.
I'm sorry?
They're suspended.
All right. And so do you have something from the Secretary of State telling you it's suspended through what date?
Yeah, I gotta look it up. I gotta find the piece of paper again
All
and
right.
look at it. And I'll
So,
just get with Miss Tussie and talk to her about it.
Miss Toshi, Miss Cleveland. I'm like, who is Miss Tushy?
I'm sorry. I'm
I think
sorry.
you scared her too.
Miss Toshi. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Miss Cleveland. Okay, so
Miss
that's what I
Cleveland.
need
That's
you to
what
do.
I'm sorry.
This is what I need you to do. I need you to find that piece of paper and then get with Miss Cleveland so she can now, and then she can loop in the attorneys so we can tell you they can tell you, advise you, these are the things you need to do in order to get a license. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So Mr. Reed, I see you biting at the bit. What do you want to say?
I just wanted to ask Mr. Williams, is this your first drinking and driving case, or do you have more than one?
This is my second offense.
Second, so you need to go through. Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right. But we don't know how long, because he's saying his license is just suspended, Mr. Reed.
Yes, I'm gonna ask Dion to send me the SOS, and I can take a look at it, Judge. But
Okay.
if he has two, it should be revoked.
All right.
Okay, hello.
So let's do that behind the scenes, and then you all come back. I mean, you don't have to wait till his next hearing for us to point him in the right direction, but have those conversations, okay? And you can update me next hearing.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
In staffing. All right, very good. If nothing else, I'm going to, is Mr. Williams, Miss Cleveland, a Tuesday or a Monday?
Tuesday, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Williams would be on the 17th of November, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm going to place him at 9:30 as well. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Does that work for you, Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Good to see you. Keep up the great work, Mr. Reed. Mr. Fikens, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Judge, Mr. Williams, keep up the good work. You're new to the program, work the program. It sounds like you have a lot of insight into what you need to do. Keep up the good job. Be proud of yourself, because we're proud of you. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
And Your Honor, Mr. Williams, I didn't hear much of the meeting today, but I can tell that you had a good report. Keep up the great work, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. So Mr. Williams, you have your marching orders. Find that information for Ms. Cleveland, and then we'll go from there, and I'll see you on the 17th, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you. All right, I am ready on Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, can you unmute your phone for me? Mr. Franklin having some issues again today.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Mr. Franklin? All right, while he gets it together, whoever's the case manager for Mr. Franklin, if you could work with him and get his sound together, please, that would work great. I'm ready on Mr. McGraw.
Good morning, Your Honor. That's my client.
Mr. McGraw, did you unmute? State your full name for me, Mr. McGraw.
Patrick McGraw.
All right, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, Mr. McGraw, you are in our virtual courtroom. So you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me see if Mr. Franklin has joined us. Who's Mr. Franklin's case manager?
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robs,
Good morning, Ms. Robs. All right, Ms. Robs, you may need to have, because this is the second time, you may have to have some conversation with him to get him until he can get into a good place, and then I'll be ready to call his case, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. But until then, I'm going to go forward with Mr. McGraw. All right, I have the following matter for Patrick McGraw. I have case number 1906014101. Mr. McGraw, you're in our virtual courtroom. You're good with that, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. McGraw, you're new to the program. You've been with us only since October 19th. How are you feeling? How's it going?
Everything's going fine.
All right, tell me what you've been doing and what's going fine.
Just basically making everything cool in my household, make sure me and my wife still cool, doing everything I'm supposed to do.
Okay, and what are some things you're supposed to do? Are you going to your meetings?
Yes. I've been,
Tell me a
Miss
little bit
Gail,
about that.
Miss Gail, it's cool. And I've been calling into this AA meeting, you know, that you, I guess like a 1-800. I've been calling them at 2 o'clock every day, you know, just listen to other people's problems, you know, the things that you may have in common with them, and just being there.
All right, and you're finding that you have people that you have things in common with, right?
Oh, yeah. Right, it's like you be how spread it is, but you know, we have a lot of the same common things.
Yes, absolutely. And so have they been able to help you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I like, you know, having, you know, just having more information about things.
Okay. All right, very good. Have you been making it to your drops?
Yes.
How's that going?
Fine.
Okay, no
Every
issues.
morning I drop my daughter off from there.
Okay. How are things going with your daughter?
Oh, fine. She got a report card. She got 4 A's and 2 B pluses.
All right, congratulations, daughter. Yes, very good. Tell her we're happy for her.
Oh, I'm happy too.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And you should be.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
She just started high school.
Yes. All right. Very good. And so what have you found to be the challenge so far?
Really just staying in control of everything.
Okay. What does that mean? That's been challenging to stay in control of.
As you know, sometimes you don't let life get frustrated about anything. You know what pitfalls that you have that that can trigger something.
Yeah, absolutely. And so sometimes that can be difficult to manage, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you let it get out of hand, you know, just address the situation. You know, there's always more than one way to address a situation.
Yes. Yes. How difficult has it been for you to stay clean?
Oh, it's cool. I know difficult.
Okay. And so what are some changes that you've had to make in order to stay clean?
Basically just finding more things to occupy my time to keep me busy that's constructive.
Okay. Very
And
good. Like what?
Yeah, because a lot of my friends getting back to like helping my friends like getting like they probably did, a lot of things that keep me busy that I'm happy with, like doing some drywall, sanding some floors, things that I like doing.
Okay, that's all good. Very good. Very good. And you're being open and honest with your therapist at Detroit Recovery Project?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And do you find that to be helpful?
Yeah, Ms. Gail can see through your bull crap.
Okay. Well, I'm thankful for Ms. Gail. All right. Very good. What do you need us to help you with, Mr. McGraw, if anything?
No, right now everything's okay. My home life cool, so that's my main 1% priority.
All right, very good. Miss Cleveland, is this your case, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what do you want to tell me?
First, I want to make a correction. I misspoke last time. He's with NCADD. I received
Got
a
it.
progress report today, and they're saying that he's doing well. He's actually got a very good progress report today. He's compliant with his treatment. He's compliant with his testing. This is his first return to court, so 2 weeks in, he's doing his 12-step meetings. He's doing okay.
Wonderful. Very good. Very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Vikens.
I would just congratulate Mr. McGraw. Good report today. Keep up the good work, Mr. McGraw, and be safe out there. Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. McGraw, you're doing a great job. I love your attitude. You got a great attitude. Keep up that great attitude. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. So, Mr. McGraw, you're doing a great job. Do you have any questions for the team?
No, I'm fine.
All right. Very good. Miss Cleveland, should Mr. McGraw be coming back on the Monday or the Tuesday?
The Tuesday, Your Honor.
All right, so that will be November 17th, 2020. I'm going to place him at 9:30 a.m.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. McGraw, keep up the great work. Know that we're here if you need us, okay?
All right, you too. I love your hairdo.
Oh, thank you. All right, very good. Okay, I don't see Miss Walker, or did I do Miss Walker already? I had a Mrs. S iPhone. Okay, I think I did. I need to do Miss Hoskins, or has where's Mr. Franklin? I don't even see him anymore. All right, let's do Miss Hoskins, you have to turn on your video and unmute if you want me to do your case. Good morning, Miss Brimage.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm not multitasking well this morning. I have like 1,000 text messages and I have not been able to read them. So if you all are texting me, just
So
know I'm
just
a little
disregard them.
disregard them. Oh, okay.
Disregard
I
them.
just clicked through and saw your name was on one of them. All right. Very good. Let's see. Where's Miss Hoskins? She hasn't joined us yet.
There she is.
Oh, there she is. All right. Very good. I have the following matter for Jasmine Hoskins. I have case number U 504661119. Miss Hoskins, could you please state your name?
Jasmine Hoskins.
Good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
We are in the virtual courtroom by way of Zoom. Do you agree to have your hearing in our Zoom courtroom this morning?
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, Miss Brimage.
Your Honor, for the record, Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department. Ms. Hoskins was placed on delayed sentence on August 4th. She is in compliance with your order. She had to pay $45, which she did. It's your analysis testing at jams on Mondays and Wednesdays. All of those have been negative, and she hasn't missed any. I did submit the paperwork for the dismissal of the delayed sentence case, but just for the record, I want to let you know that I did a criminal history check, and it wasn't a subsequent arrest because this happened prior to her being on the delayed sentence with you. But she has a case for Judge Stafford Jones for February 18, 2021, for police officer pleading third degree.
That's a felony charge. And that felony charge was brought up before she came to me.
Yes, Your Honor. It wasn't while
Okay.
she was on your delayed sentence.
All right, so it wasn't subsequent contact. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. And so, Miss Brimage, you said it was a delayed sentence. And so is it eligible for dismissal on today?
It is.
All right, and that's your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Mr. Reed or Mr. Fikens, any objection?
No, Judge, no objections. Thank you.
All right, then I am going to dismiss the matter without prejudice. Ms. Hoskins, congratulations to you. I hope things work out in your felony case. Look, this is not a system you want to be in at all. So do everything you can do to be a law-abiding citizen. This system will cost you too much time, too much money, and sometimes it can even cost you your freedom. And I don't think that that's a price you're willing to pay. So just, hopefully everything will work out. But going forward, just be a law-abiding citizen. I promise you, it's easier than being in this system, okay?
I know. Thank you so much.
All right, very good. Your matter is dismissed without prejudice. You should get your paperwork in the mail, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Ms. Brimich. I appreciate you supervising this for me.
Thank you.
All right, take care. All right, have a good day.
You too.
Let's go back to Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, where are you, Mr. Franklin? I don't see Mr. Franklin, so I'm gonna keep moving. All right, I need Mr. Collins is up next. And then, hold on, I'm sorry, Miss Walker was before Miss Collins. I think that's who, Chantel Walker. But Miss Walker didn't have her, I need you to turn your camera right, and there you are. Good morning to you, Miss Walker.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Very good. State your full name for me.
Chantel Walker.
All right, Miss Walker, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes.
All right, very good. I have the following matter for Chantel Walker. I have case number Z8060361. And so, Miss Walker, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Tell me what that means that you're doing good.
Well, I'm making my drops on time, and they're coming back negative. I did go online to find out about the AA meetings that I was telling you about last week. Well, a couple weeks ago, and I did find something online. So I started like 3 classes. I've just been listening so far, and I did start the GED classes.
You did.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And so you've been listening, AA. Tell me something you've learned or that you've taken away from one of those meetings.
Well, I learned that my life could have been over by drinking and driving. Just to, stop doing that, because I could have lost my life. My kids could have lost their mom, my kids could have lost me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've just been listening, and I'm taking it in right now.
Very good. I'm glad to hear that you're listening, taking it in, and you're right. Your kids could have lost their mom, which means somebody else would be responsible for raising your children and explaining to them how you were so selfish and irresponsible to drink and get behind the wheel of a car. But I think
Right.
something that's also just as hard on children is somebody else could have lost their lives. And now somebody would still be raising your children and having to explain to them why your mother is in prison, why she's
Right.
in prison with murderers and rapists and all of those people.
Yeah, so I'm taking that in too, and it's kind of hard to do. So I haven't opened up yet, but I have been listening.
Very good. Are you going to your outpatient treatment and community programs and services?
I have a meeting tomorrow with her. The first one was the day after court last 2 weeks ago, and this one is tomorrow.
Okay.
So my second meeting is tomorrow.
All right, Mr. Griffin, I need to get a treatment plan. She should be seeing them more than just every 2 weeks.
Yep, I'm gonna call today, Your Honor. I told her that she should be twice a week. She should be doing an individual meeting and a group meeting. So I'm gonna get that taken care of today.
All right,
For
very good.
which one, AA or the outpatient treatment?
For outpatient treatment.
Or both?
For outpatient treatment.
Okay.
And your AA is a minimum of 2 times per week.
AA, 2 classes.
Okay, all right, very good, very good. How are your kids doing?
They're doing great.
They are very good, very good. Do you notice anything different about yourself, Miss Walker?
Yes, I'm trying to change for the better. My kids need me, so I need to make some changes. And that's about it. Since I haven't been drinking, I've been a little more focused on what I need to take care of.
Very good. Yes, alcohol interferes with your focus, right?
Yes.
All right, very good. I'm glad to hear that. Has anything been a challenge for you that you need us to help you with, or just a challenge for you in general that we need to talk about?
No, not at the moment. I know once I start working, I might need my license, a restricted license or something like that, but I'm not focused on that right now.
Well, it sounds like, at least during the intake, it was reported in my notes that your license is suspended until January of 2021. So you and Mr. Griffin can have some conversation about that. But I'm glad to hear your focus is on doing what you need to do in order to be here to take care of your kids, right?
Yes, that's my
All
main
right.
focus.
Very, very good. Mr. Griffin, what do you want to tell me about Miss Walker?
Ms. Walker's is doing good. You know, we just trying to get everything ironed out and getting her adjusted to the schedule. You know, she's online schooling with the kids, so she's also trying to take ED classes. Just getting her acclimated with the AA meetings twice a week. And like I said, I'll reach out to her today and her counselor to make sure that she's doing the two sessions that's required by drug treatment for program. But she's been testing. She haven't missed any tests. She's doing well so far. This is her second.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Ms. Walker, keep up the good work. You've been with the program 2 weeks and you're doing your drug testing. Started counseling, you have to get that set up correctly though. And the NAAA meetings. I was so glad to hear that you started GED courses. That's so impressive. Keep up the good work, Ms. Walker. Be safe. We're proud of you. Be proud of yourself also. You're doing a good job. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Walker.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, if I might add, Your Honor, Ms. Walker, you are doing a great job. You have a great approach. I like how you thought things out and you're doing it for your kids, you're doing it for yourself. You entered that GED program. Your approach is tremendous. Keep up the great work. We are proud of you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, very good. If nothing else, Mr. Griffin, should Miss Walker be coming in on Mondays or Tuesdays?
Tuesday, Your Honor. She should be moved to the 17th.
All right, the 17th of November, and I'm going to put you on for 9:30 a.m. because I'm sure we already have some people scheduled for 9:00 a.m. on that day. Is that correct,
Okay.
Miss Drew? I'm sure. I'm trying to spread out the docket just a little bit.
Yes, we
Okay.
do.
All
Yeah.
right, wonderful. Then 9:30 a.m. it is. Good to see you, Miss Walker. Glad
Okay,
you're
good
taking
seeing you
care of
too.
business. All right, we're
Thank
here if you
you.
need us, okay?
Okay.
All right,
And that's
take
the
care.
17th, right?
Yes,
17th.
it's
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All
Have a
right,
good day.
very good. You
All right,
too.
thank you.
All right. I'm trying to go back to Mr. Franklin. I no longer see him. So I'm going to move on to Mr. Collins, and then I'm going to call the remainder of my docket because I know you all are doing, did some face-to-faces today. All right, Mr. Collins, can you unmute and state your name?
Michael Collins.
All right, how are you this morning, Mr. Collins?
I'm okay.
You okay? All right, you in that breakout room. You have me nervous.
It's okay, man.
All right, Mr. Collins, you're in our, honey, hold on. Mr. Collins, you're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Give me 1 second, please.
What do we do with Miss?
All right, I am ready. Mr. Collins, I have the following matters for you. I have case, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, case numbers SP 9585361, counts 1 and 2, SP 9585372, Z794821, and 155573931. All right, Mr. Collins, what have you been doing since the last time I've seen you? Why did you go in that breakout room? Tell me what that's all about.
Well,
Your Honor,
ma'am, I missed the drop Monday or Tuesday.
Mr. Drop, Mr. Collins.
I did.
Why?
Nothing, had some things going on with my family, and basically I just let it stress me out, and just basically I was ready to give up, like forget everything.
All right,
Your Honor,
Mr. Fikens.
thank you, Judge. I had a nice talk with Mr. Collins, and by nice, I mean, I wanted to make sure that he was ready to confront what the problem was. And, there's personal problems he's having. He was frustrated. I think he's overwhelmed, or at least was back last week. He did test when he should have. I think that was Friday or Saturday, where I'm not sure. He was a little upset that they've changed therapists on, or counselors on him. He was assigned to Miss Haskins. Turned out to be Mr. Arnold. Showed up for the Saturday meeting, and Mr. Arnold didn't show up. And so that was after the fact. But he's been a little overwhelmed by everything, about family matters, about a teenager who doesn't want to cooperate very well. I said, get out the belt, get the switch from the backyard and do what you can. But he doesn't want to come up with an excuse with you, Judge. He's just been frustrated. I don't know if Miss Cleveland has the results of the test. He says he hasn't been using. He did miss a test. And we talked about, and why we spent a little bit more time than I usually spend with people in the breakout room is because I wanted to see, what happens is when you're frustrated, you say, I can't have one more thing happen to me, then two things happen to you. That's what happens in life. And so we wanted to talk about how can we not, when those two bad things come in again, because they're going to come from somewhere, it happens in all of us, how can we take care of it? So we talked about talking with Miss Cleveland when things come, do that. Call Miss Cleveland, call your counselor, call anybody, just reach out to people. Don't feel that you have to do it yourself, because I think he felt like, his family had to do himself. Mr. Arnold, he had to do himself. Look, there's people he can reach out to. And that's what we talked about, Judge. So we do apologize. We understand we did wrong. We have no excuse for it. Hopefully the test, he told me he didn't use. We want to get him back on track, Judge.
All right, very good. Miss Cleveland?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, he did test subsequent to that missed test on the 26th. He's negative. He consistently tests negative. It's just that I knew that for him to miss, considering, all these things that are going on with him, that was something unusual. I had a conversation with him. We did talk for a long time, but I can tell there's some hesitancy in him revealing things. A lot of times it sounds like he's frustrated and he might just say, just forget about it or just forget it. And I do encourage him to call me. I also encouraged him to reach out to Miss Hawkins, but he's under the same condition as the other people who had Miss Hawkins. Now he's being transferred to Mr. Arnold, and I think there's some lag or delay in trying to get with Mr. Arnold because all of these people are moving towards him and they don't really know his schedule like they knew Miss Hawkins' schedule. So those things are kind of working out as we're, going forward now. But I trust that I do trust and I do believe that Mr. Collins is committed to this program. I do believe that he wants to test when he's supposed to test. I just think that when he has a whole bunch of overwhelming things, which seems to happen a lot, especially with youth that he have in his home, it can, kind of shake him up a little bit, but not for his sobriety, more so just his, his personal approach to things.
Okay. All right. And so here's the thing, Mr. Collins, I was very concerned about you going into that breakout room because that's so unlike you. I know you've had some challenges in the past, and you've overcome them and you've still done the things that you need to do. So I know you have it in you to overcome challenges. Mr. Fikens and Miss Cleveland, they've told you exactly right. Life is going to happen. And if you start giving up because one thing happens or another thing happens, you're going to just be living your life in a I give up stage. And there are no good outcomes from that, right? When
Yes,
people give up
ma'am.
on life, there are no good outcomes. And so life is going to happen. One of the things that I have learned in life is every time I'm able to overcome a challenge, or I'm able to work through a challenge, or I'm able to work in a challenge, it prepares me for the next one and I get better at it. Doesn't mean I don't have challenges. I just get better at handling them because the challenge before that one prepared me, and the challenge before that one prepared me. But if we give up, then you never get prepared for challenges. You never know how to work through challenges in life, how to, press through even when everything's working against you and folks who should be cooperating are not cooperating. It's called life. And especially when you're dealing with those folks who start with that C word, children, especially unpredictable. I mean, they just are. And so were we as children, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? There you go. So that's why you have to continue to work through challenges, because even when they're grown, they still will throw you a curveball more often than you'd like to get one, right?
Yes.
So work through it. And here's the other thing, Mr. Collins, that you're going to see is as your children see you work through challenges and overcome obstacles, it will help them when they get into life and things happen, the unexpected, all of those things, it will help them to roll up their sleeves and work through it and not quit. So that's very important. Okay.
Yes.
All right. How can we help you? How can we help you? You seem overwhelmed today. How can we help you?
Just continue to stay on me like you be on me.
Yeah. What else can we do?
Right now, I don't know, man. I just trying to get it together so I can get this over with.
Well, I don't want you to just get this over with. I want you to learn some things that you're going to be able to use for a lifetime. How about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Whether it's coping with alcohol or children, and sometimes they feel like one and the same, whether it's coping with anything in life, the loss of a job or alcohol. We want you to get these tools while you're with us that you can apply to everything in life. How
Yes,
about
ma'am.
that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear your response.
I said yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you still working, Mr. Collins?
Yes, ma'am.
How's that going?
It's going good. I just got a new job a couple weeks ago. It's just, hours getting off at 3 o'clock in the morning
Where's the new job?
at a place called Synchrion, 9 Mile of Hoover.
Okay. And you start at 3 a.m.?
No, 4:30 p.m. to 3 in the morning.
Whoa. Okay. And how's that working out?
It's pretty good. It's a new building, so we're not up to full speed yet, but it's going pretty good.
All right. Okay. All right. So I need Miss Cleveland. I've heard a couple of times about the staffing that's going on at Detroit Recovery Project, and we certainly understand people get promoted. We want everybody to grow and go. But just make sure you might want to circle back to administration and just let them know. We've heard oftentimes from our people this morning, our participants, that there's an issue, okay? And not so much an issue, but they need the consistency. They need the continuity. They need the continuity, all of those things while they are with Detroit Recovery Project. So if you could just reiterate that to them,
Yes,
that
Your
would be
Honor. I
great.
will.
Okay. All
I'll
right,
call him.
All right, sir, if you have a hat on in my courtroom, take it off. Disrespectful. Mr. Collins, what do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
need us to help you with, if anything?
Anything that you can help me with, ma'am. I'm willing
All
to
right.
take all the help
I
I can
don't know
get.
what I can help you with if you don't tell me.
Ma'am, right now I don't know. I'm trying.
All right, give it some thought. Give it some thought. Make sure you talk with Miss Cleveland about the areas that you're struggling in, and maybe the two of you can come up with some good resolutions, or she can bring it back to the team. But we want to help you, but we have to know how to help you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. With respect to the missed test, I'm going to just do a verbal sanction, verbal warning.
Judge.
Any objection, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
No, Judge, no objections.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Miss Cleveland, was there any objection from you?
No, Your Honor, not at all.
All right. So Mr. Collins will do a face-to-face with Miss Cleveland, and you've got to open up and let Miss Cleveland know how we can help you, Mr. Collins. Otherwise, we can't, there's nothing we can do. We've got to know how to help you, or we got to at least know what you need help with, what you're struggling with, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So that face-to-face, Miss Cleveland, that's going to be in 3 weeks, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I was hoping for the 23rd, November 23rd.
That's fine. And I'll put it at 9 o'clock. You all can work out the logistics, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Collins, it's good to see you. Get up, test, continue to utilize the resources that you have available to you to help you get through this, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Good to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, it is 10:45. Let me see from the officer. I don't have anybody else on my list. And so other than Mr. Franklin, who we're still waiting to connect to audio, there was someone who came on this Alcatel Evolve. I turned off the camera because they were moving around too much. And so I couldn't make out who it was.
That might be Miss Cross, Miss Roberta Cross.
Why
Yes.
is Miss Cross coming on so late?
She thought that her court date was tomorrow, but she was moved over to today, and I don't think she remembered that she was moved to today for her actual hearing. So I made contact with them, and they said they were getting on immediately. So I believe that's who that is on that.
All right,
phone.
very good. And then there's a gentleman that has joined us as well that had that hat on in my courtroom. And so, sir, what is your name?
Alan Combs.
Mr. Combs, you're here for, did Mr. Combs get processed for drug treatment court?
I'm not sure. There was some discussion. I think Mr. Yancey.
It's already unmuted.
All right.
Your Honor, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
If Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court. Your Honor, the last time Mr. Combs was on, he and his attorney were on there. I think they were trying to figure out if he was going to do drug court. If you remember, I did leave my phone number on Zoom.
Yes.
And I never got contacted, never got a voicemail.
And you circled back to me to let me know that they had not done what they were supposed to do. So, Mr. Combs, you're going to end up going back into warrant status. You have to do what this court has ordered you to do. Where's your attorney this morning?
I thought he was on here, Your Honor. I didn't never get a number to call.
Yes, you did. He gave it to y'all in court. Yes, he did.
I didn't never get it from my attorney, Your Honor.
You should have got it from Mr. Yancey. He gave it to us in court. I'm not buying that.
I didn't never get it in court, Your Honor. I didn't never go in the room with them and talk.
You didn't write it down then.
He didn't never give it to. I'm sorry, he didn't never give it to me.
Mr. Combs, let me tell you what you're not in. You're not in 5th grade. Let me tell you what you are in. You are in a court process. And so if somebody didn't give you something, then you get up off your hind parts and you get what you need. You don't wait for somebody to give you something.
I didn't have a number to get in contact with him, Your Honor.
I'm speaking. So nobody's giving you anything. Nobody's giving you anything. Even if your attorney, you get up and do what you're supposed to do, because you heard what this court's order was. Is that you were supposed to process for drug treatment court. That's what this court's order was. So don't get on here telling me about what somebody didn't give you. We don't owe you anything. You made some decisions about your life. You pled guilty to drinking and driving in the city of Detroit. You failed to follow up and do what you were supposed to do. We don't owe you anything. By virtue of the fact that I'm just not having you locked down, I've given you everything I owe you. So now don't you wait on another thing for somebody to give you, because I don't owe you anything, neither does Mr. Yancey. You
Right,
owe us.
I'm sorry, you're right.
I am right. So you go call your attorney, find out what he's doing or whatever. But you need to show back up in my courtroom before 11 o'clock or I'm issuing a warrant for your arrest. I'm not chasing you down. I'm not waiting on you. I'm not going to do it.
You
Do
know,
what you need to do. Yeah, Mr. Yancey, what you want to say?
if I could, I think he had a substitute attorney just call me and said they were trying to get an adjournment because that attorney.
They're not getting an adjournment. I gave my orders. No, tell them no.
Okay.
And they're disrespectful because my court started at 9 o'clock this morning. It is now 10:49 a.m. You're not going to call in and ask me for an adjournment at 10:49 for something that was scheduled at 9 o'clock. No.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We didn't mean to disrespect the court. I'm Jillian Evans. I'm standing in for David Burgess.
And you're an attorney?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Mr. Burgess.
Did you know you were coming to court this morning?
No, ma'am, I did not. I'm hopping in right now. It kind of an emergency. Mr. Burgess contacted me about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. He said, unfortunately, he got stuck on another Zoom call and he asked me to call the court. And so I just decided to hop on and try and help out here.
Thank you so much, Ms. Evans. And you, unfortunately, you're going to catch some heat today because Mr. Burgess and Mr. Holmes were given orders with respect to what we were supposed to do on today. They were supposed to reach out to Mr. Yancey to see if his client was interested in participating in drug treatment court or interested in being sentenced to jail for his plea on a drinking and driving related charge in the city of Detroit, the city I love. And so they were given what, 2 weeks or a week, Mr. Yancey? 2 weeks, I'm sorry, to contact the case manager, and they did not do it. And I'm not granting an adjournment. I'm not doing it. They didn't do their part. Had they reached out and contacted Mr. Yancey and we could make some leeway on today, that would be great. But no, they didn't, so I'm good.
Okay, I apologize. I don't know if Mr. Burgess, because Mr. Burgess communicated, what he did communicate to me this morning is that no one from the probation department reached out to Mr. Holmes. So I think
nobody was going to. That wasn't the court's orders. The court's order was that he was to reach out to Mr. Yancey to see if his client was interested in participating in drug treatment court. There was no reason for probation to reach out to him. There was no reason for anybody else to reach out to him. So no, that's not true. Or it's not accurate. I should say that. It's not accurate.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I don't know if Mr. Burgess misunderstood that he thought that someone from probation was going to contact the client.
I don't know why he would think that. He's represented by an attorney. I don't know why he would think that we would reach out to his client. Here's the deal with Mr. Holmes. His case has been outstanding for some time. And so he has been charged with, pled guilty to operating while intoxicated. And so it's been lingering, and I'm just not inclined to allow it to linger anymore. And Mr. Holmes could go to jail. And we could really quash this right now. He could just be sentenced to go to jail because I'm not going to keep doing this back and forth. I'm not going to do it.
Would you be willing to maybe let Mr. Burgess appear this afternoon?
No, I don't have an afternoon docket. I have training today and I have meetings today, and I'm not going to rearrange my schedule when I rearranged it this morning for 9 o'clock. I did. I rearranged it for this morning, and it's almost 11.
I understand, Your Honor. I do apologize.
I don't know if you want to talk to, you might find it helpful to talk to one of our drug treatment court attorneys in a breakout room with your client to see if he's interested. But here's what he's entered a plea of guilty. He was referred to drug treatment court. He never did anything. So this is what's available to him: drug treatment court or jail. And I'm good with either one. And just because he goes to drug treatment court doesn't mean that he still won't go to jail. So but you need to talk to him. Somebody needs to, and if you go into a breakout room with one of the defense attorneys, they can really cast some good light for Mr. Holmes, because see if he's lazy or trifling or not interested or any of those things, drug treatment court is not for him, because he'll still end up in jail, and he'll probably do more time in jail through drug treatment court than he will do the 90 days, just on his charge. So
Right.
I want them to have some real candid discussions. That's why Mr. Burgess was supposed to reach out to Mr. Yancey so that they could have those discussions. But I'd like you to do that this morning. That's the best
I'll
I
do
can
that right now,
offer.
Your Honor. I'll do that right now, Your Honor. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I tried to lower my voice and not fuss as much with you, Miss Evans.
I
Okay.
understand, Your Honor. I understand. I appreciate that. As the associate, sometimes this is just something we have to do.
And you
So
know
I get
what?
that, so.
Drinking and driving is a very serious offense in this city. Too many people lose their lives. Too many people lose their freedom. And I would hate to see that happen to your client or for your client to bring that type of trauma to another family. And so even though it was from a while back, he did not take care of his business. And that is, to me, it heightens the severity of the charge. He didn't do what he was supposed to do.
I understand, Your Honor. I understand where you're coming from. I respect your opinion and of course your authority in this court. So I'm just super grateful that you would be even willing to let us go into a breakout room at this point, Your Honor.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And your client still owes me a test result from when he was in jail. I released him. I told him to go and test immediately. I still don't have a test result. And
Okay,
I've not forgotten it. I'm not going to forget it, and I want it.
Okay. All right, Your Honor. I will, I'm making a note here to make sure that you get that test result.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, Your Honor. If
All
you
right,
can,
I'll place you all in a breakout room. You will get an invitation to breakout room number 2, and that will be Attorney Fikens, Attorney Evans, and Mr. Combs. Please
Mr.
accept the, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, Your Honor.
Judge, I would suggest that Mr. Yancey might want to.
Oh, Mr. Yancey, I'll send you there as well.
Thank you,
Mr. Reed,
Judge.
you always volunteering people, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm scared to move because they go right back out.
All right, there we go. Accept the invitation. Okay. All right, let's do it. Mr. Franklin, I need you today, Mr. Franklin. Unmute yourself, Mr. Franklin.
Hello?
There you are.
Yes, I'm here.
I can see you.
How are you, Mr. Franklin?
How you doing, Judge?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm going through all this trying to get to you.
You trying to get to me? I'm so glad you did. I'm so glad you did because I need to talk to you.
Okay, I'm in the pastor's office now. That was my only connection.
All right. Well, tell the pastor thank you. I'm glad you're there. Mr. Franklin, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes.
All right. Very good. I have the following matters for Kenneth Franklin. I have case number 1904444130, case number 184989371, case number 18044277701, case number U55735120, and case number U50990819 for Kenneth Franklin. Mr. Franklin, tell me what you've been doing since the last time I seen you. I see you smiling. Uh-oh, I don't know if I've ever seen a smile. What you been doing, Mr. Franklin?
I've been finishing up my community service, making my meetings, and I've been doing a lot of work around the church. And I've been going to church Wednesdays and Sundays, every Wednesday and Sunday, and I'm doing all right.
Mr. Franklin, so how are you feeling though?
I'm feeling great.
What does that mean, you feeling great? What feels great, Mr. Franklin?
I feel great that I ain't got to get up in the morning and go to the liquor store.
You're not getting up in the morning, going to the liquor store, and that makes you feel great, right, Mr. Franklin?
Right. And I know there's no excuse to go out and try to drink.
No. How's your health? Are you taking care?
My health is pretty good. And I'm learning patience and tolerance.
Look at you, some patience and tolerance.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned really here. Because
You
usually
might
I
have
would
to
be
come. You might have to come and teach a class to us, because sometimes, well, maybe to me, patience and tolerance. Yeah, that's some huge things, Mr. Franklin. Uh-oh, did he freeze up on me? Where you at, Mr. Franklin? I need you. Miss Rhymes, he done froze up on me again.
Yes, Your
What we gonna
Honor.
do with Mr. Franklin? I know he's doing well, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is he still at Lake Ridge?
Yes, Your Honor. You stood up like Ridge.
Still doing his mental health through Central City?
Yes, Your Honor. And
All
he's
right,
in
no issues
compliance.
from Lake Ridge. I know Mr. Williams would be on if we did have some issues. Jonathan Williams, no issues?
No issue, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Williams on this morning. He regretted he couldn't be a part of the Zoom, but he said that Mr. Franklin is in compliance and doing it very well.
All right, very good. Miss Robs, when did Mr. Franklin join us? I know we've been back and forth with him.
Yes, Your Honor. His admission date, Your Honor, is November 1st, 2019.
All right. Okay. But he just got back on track because he absconded from us for a minute. And then he came back when?
He came back, Your Honor, August 14th.
2020, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry, 2020.
All right. Got it. All right. So I know we talked about goals of him doing the things he's supposed to do to keep himself healthy. He's doing that. What about his state ID?
Your Honor, he had an appointment. I believe that the last meeting, Mr. Franklin spoke about that. He said they were sending it to him via mail. He had made his appointment, they were supposed to be sending it to him via mail, but I can definitely make sure that he received it. But that was the last time he made mention of it. They were sending it to him via mail.
All right, very good. I'm having a real hard time hearing you in the office. It seems like the microphone for Miss Drew is very close to where she's typing. Yeah. So I'm struggling a little bit. All right. Okay. And so you said that they're going to send it to him in the mail. Is that correct, Miss Robs?
Yes, Your Honor, as well as the Social Security card.
Okay. All right. Very good. And so any issues, anything that the court needs to be aware of as it relates to Mr. Franklin?
No, none at this time, Your Honor. He's in full compliance.
All right.
And his testing is good.
And his testing is good. I am very, very pleased with the progress that I've seen with respect to Mr. Franklin. Now, Miss Robs, question for you. Does he have a source of income, Mr. Franklin?
Yes, Your Honor. He does receive a disability check.
Okay.
Every month.
All right. I want to make sure that if he didn't have a source of income, that this is the time to get him in line for it, because he's sober, he's clean, he's got a place to live. I mean, great work, just great work. I'm really excited. And of course, I'm very pleased with the work that they're doing at Lake Ridge. And so I want you to do me a favor though, Ms. Ross. I want you to call Jonathan Williams back. Tell him I know I stalked him last week, but I tell him I'm planning on having a better week this week, okay?
I sure will, Your Honor.
He's been
I
court
sure
already
will.
20 times last week. All right, very good. All right, so for Mr. Franklin, Miss Robs, we got to get him squared away with his sound. Should he be on Tuesdays or Mondays?
I believe he was a Tuesday originally, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and so
Judge Holmes,
I see you, Mr. Franklin. I see you. You just won't stay with me. I don't know what it is.
it's the connection in the building.
I know. But Ms. Robs has already reported out that you're doing very well, that you're in compliance with all of the health things that you were supposed to do, that you're still at Lake Ridge, that you're working your program. And I am very, very pleased with the progress I'm seeing, Mr. Franklin. I hope you're pleased as well.
Right, I am.
All right, very good. They're doing some great work with you at Lake Ridge. Are they treating you well?
Yeah, they treat me good.
All right, very good. Are you eating well?
Yeah,
All right, very good, very good. What do
yeah,
you need us to? Go ahead.
I'm eating fair. I'm eating fair.
What does that mean, fair?
It's good. It's good. I ain't got no complaints.
Okay.
I ain't got no complaints.
All right, very good, very good. All right, I have you coming back to see me on November 17th at 9:30 a.m. That is a Tuesday. Does that work for you?
You say on the 17th?
On the 17th.
Okay. I want to ask you something.
What you want to ask me?
My birthday is only November 11th. Can I get an overnight pass?
Where you trying to go overnight? Now, don't you tell me nothing off the wall. Where you trying to go overnight?
You gotta go see a girlfriend of mine.
I just told you don't tell me all your business, and now you telling me. You
want me to tell you a lie?
No, 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 no. I don't want you to tell me a lie. Mr. Franklin, did you ask at Lake Ridge if you could get an overnight pass?
Yeah, they told me to ask Miss Robs, and Miss Robs told me to ask you.
They just passing you around, huh?
Yeah, like I'm a yo-yo.
No, they just making sure you're good. That's all. They making sure everything is good. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Franklin, is this woman drug free and alcohol free?
Yes, she is. She's a church woman. Sober free.
And she letting you spend the night? Huh? Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. Mr. Franklin, look, I need you to tell don't do it in the courtroom. Let Miss Robs do a little bit, make sure, touch base with.
I told her I didn't want to do this in the courtroom. I told her I wanted to talk to her about it, and she talked to you about it.
We gonna do that.
Huh?
We gonna do that. So look, I need Miss Robs to get with Lake Ridge, find out if this is a safe environment for him to go to. Mr. Franklin, I need to know that you're gonna come back to Lake Ridge.
If I was gonna leave, I'd have been left.
Oh, okay.
You know me.
I know you. And you know I'm gonna send somebody to find you, right?
Right.
You know me.
Right.
We know each other. So you're right. You're right, Mr.
I ain't
Franklin.
going by Wayne State.
My reach is farther than Wayne State.
Huh?
I said my reach is farther than Wayne State.
Is it?
Yes. But you know you're not going back over there. All right, Mr.
You know what? You know what?
Yes.
I'm glad God put you in my life to help me stay sober.
Glad he put you in my life to help you stay sober. You deserve it. You're really a wonderful person, Mr. Franklin.
Right. I got a good heart.
You have a good heart. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And alcohol just doesn't match with your good heart.
It really don't. Because
No.
I'm out cold.
I heard that you really show it. You really do it. Uh-huh. But I'm glad you know you have a good heart. I hope it feels good for you to be sober. I'm glad to know that the people at Lake Ridge are helping you. I don't see an issue with you getting an overnight pass unless Miss Robs comes back and says, something real outlandish. I don't have an issue. But what I do need you to do is to, make sure you remember the things that you've learned and remember how far you've come. Okay?
I done learned a lot since I've been here.
Okay.
I learned that I can't drink and live my life right. There ain't no excuse for me to go out there and drink and mess my life all over again, mess it up all over again.
Yes.
Because you broke me down the last time, and I ain't finna get broke down again.
Come on. Let's not do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Right.
You're worth
Right.
so much.
I didn't do it too many times. I'm not going to do it this time.
There you
I'm
go.
going forward. I ain't going backwards.
That's what I need to hear from you. All right, Mr. Franklin. I don't have an issue with the past, but Ms. Rods, make sure he understands what those terms and conditions are of that overnight pass. through Lake Ridge. Okay, I respect their judgment. And then I'm gonna see Mr. Franklin on November 17th at 9:30 a.m. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Yes, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Franklin. Have a good birthday,
Okay.
Mr. Franklin.
All right. Thank
You
you.
see my face, Mr. Franklin?
Yeah, it look good today.
I don't want to ask him what it looks like any other day because he's going to be brutally honest.
No, it look real glowy and beautiful today.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin.
I love your hair.
Thank
I love
you.
your hair. It looks real good.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Franklin. All right. I want to see you on the 17th in place doing what you're supposed to do.
You'll see me.
All right.
I'm
Take care.
100.
All right. Good to see you today.
All right.
All right. Very good. All right. Let's get Miss Cross. Let's get Miss Cross on. Miss Cleveland, thank you for reaching out to your client.
Thank
I'm
you.
asking you to start your video, Miss Clark. Miss Cross, you were moving around too much for me. When it's a lot of people on the screen, that throws me off.
I got my grandkids today and they busy.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm wrapping up. Okay. All right. So, Miss Cross, good morning to you. State your full name for the record.
Roberta Cross.
All right, Miss Cross, you're in our virtual courtroom. You agree to have your hearing today by way of Zoom?
Yes.
Wonderful. I have the following matters for Roberta Cross. I have case numbers SP 923-033, counts 1 and 2. And I have case number Z806-0891. Miss Cross, you over there being grandmother and teacher today?
Yes.
How's that working out?
It's fine for the older one. It's the 2-year-old that's giving me the problem.
Oh, okay. Good luck. That's what I'm gonna say. Good luck. All right. How have you been doing working with your sobriety? How have you been doing?
I've been doing good.
Okay, tell me what you've
I've
been
been
doing
doing good.
Tell me what you've been doing.
I haven't had no hiccup.
Okay.
I've been doing my meetings. I finished my counseling class, so they gave me a certificate for that, and I did my community service. She gave me some paperwork for that.
You're breaking up. You're fading out. You're fading out. I need you to be still so we can hear you.
Okay. She gave me a video to watch. I watched the video that she told me to watch.
The sobriety video?
Yes.
Okay.
I did that. And the only thing I can do now is the man, the Mr. on 6 Mile.
Dr. Alexander.
Yeah.
Dr. Alexander, she's doing alcohol highway safety for Dr. Alexander, with Dr. Alexander.
And she still has to do her arms too.
All right, her sobriety weekend, we'll make sure she gets that. Have you referred her at least?
She's been referred, but she has a little bit of time because her contract is 24 months.
Okay, gotcha. All right, very good. And so tell me, what did you think of that sobriety video? What did you learn? What did you take from it?
It you know, you hear about people dying and how car accidents mess them up, but for you to see it, it's totally different.
Yeah. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I cried because the lady, and my heart goes out to her because she actually survived, but the stuff she got to deal with through the survival is messed up.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right. And so you haven't had any hiccups. You've been reporting for testing as scheduled?
Yes.
All right. Very good. What do you need us to help you with, or what are you struggling with?
Right now, my home life is like in a little bit of shambles. I'm helping both. Okay, I got my oldest daughter, she's pregnant and she's high risk. And then my middle daughter, she just got shot in her head from going back and forth between the both.
You're fading out. You're fading out. I'm sorry,
Like,
Miss Cross. You said your daughter just got shot?
Yes.
And how old is your daughter and how is she?
She's at home now. She's doing good. She is 27. It was a road rage thing.
Did they catch the person?
Not yet.
Did she know the individual?
No, it was a road rage thing.
Okay, so they didn't know each other. Mr. Combs, you need to check your chat, please. And so, Ms. Cross, I'm sorry to hear that because you just buried your son.
Yes. This year has been full for me.
Yes. How are you handling? How are you handling all of that?
I'm dealing with it because I got support, so it's working out.
Okay. No urges to go backwards?
Oh, no. I don't want the sickness no more.
Yeah. And you know, things won't get better adding alcohol, right?
Right.
Okay. What do you need us to help you with, Ms. Cross?
Right now, nothing.
You sure?
Yes, right now, nothing.
I'm sorry?
Right now, I don't need any help right now.
All right. Where is Mr. Warren?
At work.
Okay. I haven't seen him in a while. Make sure you tell him I asked about him. Is he still supportive of you?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Ms. Cross. Let me hear from, I haven't wrapped up just yet. Give me about 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
I don't really, okay. 5 minutes is fine, okay.
Yeah, time schedule, okay. All right, Miss Cleveland, is there anything you'd like to add as to Ms. Cross?
No, Your Honor, I'm very sorry to hear about these unfortunate things that have happened, but you know, we're gonna stay connected and make sure that she stays engaged to maintain her sobriety. She's doing everything that she's supposed to. I'm just waiting for her to send a photo snap or of her completion certificate from Miss Lee. That's over at Care First, so I'm just waiting for that. And then I'm wanting to make sure she knows that she has to get a recovery coach, and I need to have the name of the recovery coach, and they should be able to provide that to you as well from Care First. And also, she's compliant with all her testing. She's negative consistently, so she's doing fine.
All right, very good, Mr. Reed. Mr. Ficus, anything you'd like to add?
Thank you, Judge. Just congratulations, Ms. Cross. Good report. Keep up the good work. Stay safe. Sorry to hear about your daughter, but you're doing a good job with the program. Be proud of what you're doing because we're proud of you. And stay safe. Stay safe, Ms. Cross. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Cross.
And Your Honor, may I quickly add, because I heard about that when I came into the courtroom, Ms. Cross, I am sorry for your daughter. You've had a lot of struggles, and we appreciate how you have kept on track, and you should be proud of yourself because we're proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, thank you. And just know, Ms. Cross, that we are here. If you need us, pick up the phone, dial into the courtroom. We are here. Your sobriety is going to be very, very important, especially just processing the recent events that have happened, unexpected events that have happened in your life. And so I'm not ordering you for grief counseling, but I am recommending it. I'm strongly recommending it, okay? I'm gonna leave it up to you.
Okay.
But I'd like to see you do some grief counseling, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're gonna do a
Yes.
face-to-face? I'm sorry?
Okay,
You're going to do a face-to-face with Miss Cleveland on November 23rd, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. Okay? November 23rd.
okay.
All right, very good. Good to
November
see
20.
you. Hang in there, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank
All right,
you.
take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, are we ready on Mr. Combs?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
what are we doing?
Your Honor, I did talk to Mr. Combs, obviously briefly. I did explain the program to him, and he's willing to do the program. He's understandably, a little anxious right now, but he's willing to do the program. And if your desire is, I'll try to work it out where I'm his case manager, and I'll help him be successful in any way I can.
All right, Miss Evans, was there something you wanted to say? Thank you, Mr. Yancey.
You're welcome.
No, Your Honor, I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Yancey and Mr. Steichen and explain exactly the ins and outs of the drug treatment court program to him. I do understand. I want to apologize on behalf of my client for whatever transpired before we got on here, Your Honor. I did remind Mr. Combs about about some certain things in terms of behavior as it pertains to with you. And he does express a little bit of a remorse for his excitement and emotionalism. So he does want to apologize to you for that, Your Honor, but we've had some time to talk about the situation. He does understand that it would be good for him and for you to have a little bit of monitoring through this program to assure you that he is doing his best to get on the straight and narrow and straighten out some of this old behavior. He's been working diligently on trying to clean up everything from his past. He did also explain to me, and Your Honor, he did actually contact me within the first couple of days, because I'm not sure if you recall, but I did appear for his first hearing on behalf of Mr. Burgess. And I did give him your email address, Your Honor. He has assured me multiple times that Concentra was supposed to have sent him, I'm sorry, it was supposed to have sent you the treatment, the drug test results from that first 24-hour period where he had gotten out of jail. He has actually gone up there a couple of times to see why you still don't have those, and he's quite concerned why you haven't gotten them, because he's tried, if I remember correctly, 2 separate times to get those results over to you, Your Honor. So what I'm going to follow up on.
Attorney Evans, what I did receive from Concentra was documentation indicating that he had tested. No results, though. I need to know the results.
I see, Your Honor. Okay, so we'll follow up with Concentra to make sure they get you the actual results. Okay. So I do, and you, Your Honor, you did receive his other 2 test results?
If my memory serves me correctly, Mr. Yancey, I sent those to you. I try not to be the direct line for receiving documents, but I think I just forwarded those to Mr. Yancey, and they were negative results. Is that correct, Mr. Yancey?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, my memory serves me correct. Okay, very good. But I just never got results from that very first one. And so I'd like to have that. Here's where we are. If your client is interested in participating in drug treatment court, he would need to be assessed and then brought back to be entered into, to be accepted into drug treatment court. And so tomorrow we have a restricted docket. So Mr. Yancey would not be able to get him assessed on for tomorrow. So the earliest, and then Wednesday is a different specialty court docket. So Thursday would be the earliest date that I could see Mr. Combs for admission or consideration for admission into drug treatment court. And so, Mr. Yancey, I'd like to know if I'm giving you enough time to actually get him processed, get him assessed and presented for drug treatment court on this coming Thursday.
As long as he doesn't need like an alcohol assessment, as long as he's done all that, I can have it ready by Thursday.
Okay, I think he's had one done when he originally, it was required. And so I don't know how well that is, how, if, that's what you want to use, but I know he had one very early on.
I just have to get with him to see what his work schedule is. So if we can have a full half an hour to talk, then I should be able to do that.
Okay, very good, very good. And so, Attorney Evans, I would like to get your client assessed, I should say, for drug treatment court to be presented for acceptance into drug treatment court. And I'll bring him back on Thursday, this coming Thursday, which is going to be November 5th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. And so at that time, he would be presented, or, he would be presented. And if there's a problem, Mr. Yancey, please reach out to the court prior to that date. And so we can go from there. But that's the best I can do. Now, Attorney Evans, if he doesn't show up at 9:00 on Thursday, a warrant is going to go out for his arrest. And that will be indication to me he's just not interested.
I understand, Your Honor. We'll make sure that happens at 9:00 on Thursday.
Yes. Miss Drew, did you get the date? I'm adjourning, and I should put the case number, my apologies, on. It's 05-385-951 for Alan Holmes, who is present in the courtroom with his attorney, Attorney Jillian Evans, and the case manager, Mr. Yancey. And so, Mr. Combs, Mr. Yancey, I don't know how you all are going to connect, but you all need to connect. You all need to connect so that you can be assessed for admission into drug treatment court. Otherwise, a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. You understand that, Mr. Combs?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I want to work with you, but it is work. And it's not just work for me, it's work for you as well. And I require everybody to come to the table with something. I can't be the only one showing up. Okay?
I got you. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you for your kindness and understanding, Your Honor, this morning. I appreciate it despite the hassle. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Evans, for appearing. I appreciate it. I'll see you on Thursday, Mr. Combs.
So what
thank you, Your Honor.
What we haven't done is exchange phone numbers.
I have your phone number.
Do it in open court, though. You know what? Let me go. I still need to call the remainder of my docket. So, Mr. Yancey and Mr. Combs, I'm going to place you in a breakout room if that's okay.
Perfect.
And then you all can exchange phone numbers.
Okay.
Miss Attorney Evans, did you want to go in that breakout room as well?
I actually have Mr. Yancey's phone number from a couple of minutes ago before court started. So you can put me in there with them, or I can just contact my client as soon as we get off the call, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll leave it up to you. I've checked you to go into breakout room 3, but you can dismiss from there. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you
Have
all.
a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Combs. Okay, that completes the cases that are in the courtroom. I need to call the remainder of the docket. And so I have Lauren Wilkins, case number U560686620. And Miss Wilkins was scheduled today for an arraignment. She has failed to appear. And so, Ms. Drew, I am going to issue a warrant for Ms. Wilkins. Please stamp this specialty court. And the bond is set at $500 cash or surety with no walk-in and no reduction of bond. Please identify it as specialty court.
Okay.
Wonderful. I also have Antonio Anderson, 1904432-501. Is that drug treatment court?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the return to court date?
His next return to court date is November 30th.
All right. Very good. I have Fernando Carruthers, Z8060471.
Okay.
Miss Cleveland?
He's a face-to-face today, Your Honor.
All right. What's his return to court date?
It is November 23rd at 9 a.m.
Wonderful. Thank you. I have the following matters for Tatiana Chilcutt, 1904469001, 1904531301. Ms. Chilcutt was a face-to-face, is that correct?
I believe so.
Who's the
Miss
case
Rob.
manager?
Miss Robs, she's on the phone right next to me. I can ask her if
Please
you.
ask her because I need
Okay.
to close out my docket. Thank you so much. Ask her about Carnelli Collins as well. I have the following matters for Carnelli Collins. I have SP 771974, counts 2 and 3. Case number SP 989909, counts 1, 2, and 3. Z 80701111. Case number 155646012. Case number 17421 1451. Case number 18450-505, counts 1 and 2. And then case number 194099611. Mr. Collins was a face-to-face on today, I believe. And so what is his return to court date?
Is that Canarly?
Carnelly,
She wants 11/23 is he's a face-to-face. 11/23 is his next court date. And Miss Chilcutt is 11/24. She was a face-to-face as well.
Are we open on the 24th of November? Oh, we should be.
A Tuesday, yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Cleveland. I have Brian Corbett, Z80598841.
Yes, Your Honor. He's a face-to-face, and his next court date is going to be November 23rd.
All right, very good. I have Gabrielle Dawson, Z8057111, Z8057641. Ms. Drew, do you have a return to court date for Ms. Dawson?
Yes, I do, November 23rd.
All right, very good. I have the following for Tony Harris, SP 8267781, U155394414, and case number 190603260. For Tony Harris.
That's Miss Rob's case. She's a face-to-face, and she's returning on November 23rd.
Very good. All right. We're gonna make sure we don't stack that docket too bad for the 23rd.
Right.
I have the following matters for Johnny Hicks, U526918, U47195118, U994377113, case number 155360301, 155362, 8781, 1553634, counts 1, 2, and 3. Where's Mr. Hicks?
Mr. Hicks was, we asked that he be a face-to-face today because you wanted me to make sure that I got all that arranged about his transitional housing plan, which NSO has confirmed that they do have a space for him. So they're holding it. They know his release date is November 30th. So I was going to report in staffing, and his next court date is going to be November 16th.
All right, wonderful. Good news on Mr. Hicks.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. I also have Sharon Knowles, Z8059721. Miss Knowles had a face-to-face. What's her return to court date?
It's November 23rd, Judge.
All right, wonderful. I have Lutie Mason, Z8056681. What's Mr. Mason's return to court date?
Your Honor, I have to get it. I had 11/16, but he is phase 3, so that would make it a November 30th, Your Honor.
November 30th. Wonderful. All right. I have Catherine Mitchell, Z807861. Return to court date. That's Mr. Griffin's case. Do I have a return to court date?
I'm checking right now, Judge. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll come back to it. I have Willie Redding Jr. I have the following matters for Mr. Redding. I have case number 183813491, U80321211, U77658811, and U45140218 for Willie Redding Jr.
He's a face-to-face today, Your Honor, and his next court date is November 16th.
All right, very good. I have the following matter for Crystalline Reed, SC 8703581, counts 1 and 2, and case number Z8059911. For Ms. Reed,
Yes, Your Honor. She's a face-to-face as well, and her next court date is November 23rd at 9 a.m. She's normally a Monday, but I can switch her if you get overloaded with that.
okay, very
Okay.
good. I have Scott Schwab, 000-658-3201.
Schwab, next court date is November 16th, Judge.
Wonderful. Do you have a court date for Catherine Mitchell?
Yes, November 10th.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. I have
You're
for
welcome.
Michael Wyatt, Z8056181. For Mr. Wyatt,
Okay, Mr. Wyatt,
That's Miss
next.
Rob.
That's Ms. Rob.
That's Ms. Robs.
Do you
He's a
need her?
vet. He's a vet.
I need a Veterans Day, the
Okay.
Tuesday. All right, I'll come back to it. The last set of cases I have on the docket today is for Cody Hannah, case number U563149220, U563096620, U563099920, U563132120, U56313413420, U56313613620, U563141120, U563152020, U575842020, U575993320, and U581179220 for Cody Hannah.
He was a face-to-face today, which I've completed already, and his next court date is going to be November 16th, 2020.
All right, wonderful. I'm waiting on Wyatt. What's the return to court date for Mr. Wyatt?
Mr. Wyatt's return to court date, please. 11/24.
All right, November 24th. There we go. Those are all of the matters that I have on my docket. Ms. Drew, did I get everything?
I have one more.
Yes, you did, Judge.
You have one more?
Well, it's just Pilar Macklin is a transfer case.
She is a transfer case. Can you read Ms. Macklin's case number into the record for me?
Yes, I have it. It's 18-N6213. She's scheduled for face-to-face today, and her next court date will be November 16th, 2020.
All right, wonderful. Anybody else? Nobody else?
No.
All right, that was, yeah, we had a
I
big
hope
docket
not.
today. But hey, y'all, tomorrow we are not, we